in this universe.
Who's
I just don't know where
whose
yet.
nemesis is Clarky gonna be? I wonder.
I
Like
don't know.
maybe he'll be like.
I think he's already all of ours.
Well, yeah, obviously we all hate him, but
we don't
maybe
know.
maybe he's the what was the cop in
The prisoner, yeah.
Valjean, no.
No, not Valjean. God damn it, what's his fucking name?
Javert.
Javert, yeah.
Javert.
They're gonna give the hero and the villain a name that starts with the same letter. That's just lazy.
It's French, dude. That's how it goes.
They only got names that start with J?
Yeah, that's the one. Jean-Michel
I like how no one tried to refute that.
Well, I was actually just thinking, it's like...
It was like, holy fuck, I can only think of French names that start with J.
My current boss's name is Roman. It's spelled like the lettuce romaine.
J-R-O.
The J is silent. No. Yeah, he tells people how to pronounce his name. Is like, I'm not a lettuce. It's not romaine.
That's gotta suck.
Yo, leafy greens.
Every single time you say that about your name, like, okay, let me just get this out of the way about my name. No, I'm not this.
Why doesn't he just stop spelling it like the lettuce? Just start writing it down without the I.
Yeah, just make shit happen.
Just be like, my name's Roman, and don't bother mentioning that there's an I in it.
I met a dude whose name was Chirac, but he was always like, I am Chirac from Iraq. And I'm like, I didn't think it needed the extra name scheme, but
I never would have guessed.
I was like, sure thing, but
you could have said anywhere and I would have believed you.
yeah, it's like,
I am Jesse from Iraq.
That's
like
less believable.
Doesn't have quite the same ring to it, does it?
and check and groove.
All right,
What if I
I
said
got my
Ivan
equipment.
from Iraq?
You know,
You just say
I
Ivan
feel like I could pull that off depending on my headgear.
right. An Ottoman holdover or something.
I have been asleep since the 18th century.
You did get some.
I have brought my sword and my cannons. Let us war.
Let us burn this village. We must take a break for some rape.
We shall raid mightily.
We shall destroy him.
You did get some assalamu alaikums when you worked at Homegrown.
I got so many assalamu alaikums at Homegrown, dude.
I'm getting sworn.
Only once from a black guy. Almost exclusively from white people.
Almost always from white people.
Every time when I said alaikum assalam back, they would be like, "Ha, I'm not Muslim," and I would be like, "No shit, idiot, get out of my face and get it."
Yeah. Dude, I know that pain.
Yeah, dude. Tommy, you remember the time that we were at Bob and Barbara's and the guy got really confused about which of our IDs belonged to who?
Yeah. He's like, I've never seen anything like this.
He was like, I don't want to say all white people look the same, but y'all look the fucking same.
Damn.
I'm like, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, sir, but first of all, we don't. Second of all, he's like 2 feet taller than me, and like bright blue eyes, and like 100 million decibels louder. Like, we're different people. One of these is a Delaware ID, one of these is a PA ID.
Hard agree.
just give them both back to one of us, and we'll sort it out. But
Y'all white dudes look the same.
that was a good trip. I mean, he wasn't wrong.
Right.
Except that we were standing right next to each other, and we had just had a conversation about Tommy getting a new ID in Delaware. You know, no judgment on that guy.
Yeah.
God bless that man for opening beers and pouring shots for every human that comes in that place.
There's so many of them.
I'm so sorry that wizard put such a heinous curse on that man. But you know, he probably deserved it.
Where are you now, man? He's like a lead investigator now. he's terrible at his job.
Hey,
I
Andrew,
do
did I
ID.
just fix the mic issue at all?
I do ID sketches at the police station.
What'd you say about mic issue, Jesse?
I'm coming in on the stream via Discord as well as my mic input.
That's weird.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, because it's picking up my mic as well as picking up the Discord, so maybe...
What's wrong?
Big Darn Hero says it's perfect now.
Awesome.
Oh, really? That's weird. I think I'm gonna just close the Twitch window and not really. Sorry to any viewers, but I don't have the attention span to engage. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm only running the one.
Yeah, it's for sure a 2-monitor thing.
That makes sense.
It's a 2-laptop thing for me here.
Nice.
Hey,
Hack that motherfucking mainframe.
2
Xors.
monitors. Technically, still 2 monitors though.
I was like reading a little bit about the Ror'nan, and
Yes.
I would
Cool.
think I was saying I think I was saying that like some want to unify to like kind of regain the hive, and like I was saying like some don't, but like no, it's like a hard agree. They all want all of them are
they
in,
like all want it back.
yeah, like they're all kind of striving. So I would say that like maybe my as per my character, he hasn't ran into any other Ror'nan. So like, so if two were to meet and try to form to make 200,000, they can't synergize. So like, so there's something blocking them all. So like, it's not like they're all just like crashing
Weird.
into each other. Like there's some sort of block that like the queen access. So it's not like you'd go crazy if you saw one, but like a lot of people take an interest in trying to reunify what's left of them.
So from what I understand is that there's a queen who is kind of like the connection system between everything. And it's kind of like the nervous system, if you will. And without that, it would just be like, I don't know what would happen if a bunch tried to get together, if it would actually be damaging or anything. But I think it has
version of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hey, why don't we do that? While we're still waiting for Jesso, unless Jesso needs any help right now. Why don't
I actually do need some help. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I've got 9,900 gold left over, and I'm just going to leave it that way, I guess.
Yeah, it just
Pocket
goes
safe out like Cheerio.
And it's saying I have some empty fields, but I don't think I do.
Did you put your name in?
I did. I don't know what this prerequisite is. It's saying I don't have a prerequisite field.
Oh, so what you might have, so one of the skills you took might need another skill to begin with. Oh, and you need to do your Nova point. Did you do your Nova point?
Nova abilities.
That's probably what you missed. Yeah, the Nova ability is easy to miss. So if you go to your character sheet and go back to abilities, where it says, give me a second. If you go to attributes, go to.
So on the top of the screen there, Jesse, under abilities, special abilities, up there, click next, and that'll take you to where you do the Nova point.
Yes.
Nova abilities.
That's where it is.
Stream sniping you. Except now I don't actually see you doing anything.
Meet you on Boneyard, yo. 1v1.
And that's how we all got banned from Discord.
Easy come, easy go.
Why'd your last RPG group fall apart? Well, we made a lot of jokes about stream sniping. We all got banned. And then one of us bought a gun. It was a bad scene.
Something about swatting, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, we're...
The last thing I heard was, well, if the cops won't swat him, I will.
Oh, man.
Tried to say you were the lizard people.
I kept getting packaged. I kept get packages of freeze dried food labeled InfoWars left on my porch.
Oh yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
And so yeah, now I live in this bunker.
Tommy, where did you read this? The background on.
Oh, so if you go to your, I think it should be on any one of the characters. Like I went to my pre-gen sheet, and then you can.
Okay, so just like the history and society, physical appearance and physiology.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got it pretty well. I haven't read anyone else's, but this one is pretty well broken down. You know, history, culture, and what.
Yeah.
Damn, Clarky hit you with pre-gen, more like D-gen.
Dude, Clarky fucking got your ass, dude.
Dude, I'm gonna quit.
I hate to speak in favor of Clarky, but
Fuck you, Clarky.
And I'll give 100,000 of your balls a tug.
Fuck you, horse. Your mom did. Left her melted like magma in a volcano.
God, Clarky, you bastard. I kind of want to kill Clarky more than Oppo, and we haven't actually even met Clarky.
Clarky doesn't. Yeah, Clarky needs a very strong presence in this universe somewhere.
Fucking Clarky. He's got to be like I'm imagining him as our like a necessary evil, right? Like we need him to get like fuel or do very specialized repairs on the ship, so we have to have him. But like we just fucking
he's like
him.
He's like the Paul Giamatti in the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd movie.
Yes, I get
that. All right, so the prerequisite, Jessa, that you're missing is for natural pilot, you first need to have quick maneuvers.
I changed that, and then I was like, fuck you, computer, you're not better than me, and I just click continue anyway. So, there's that.
Oh, I just ignored it entirely.
Yep. Benjamin, I believe it was Benjamin Franklin who said, never put off till tomorrow that which you can avoid doing entirely.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was true.
I do today what you can put off until tomorrow.
Shard.
I thought it more of, this is a
why
game...
do today what you can avoid forever?
Exactly. I thought it more of, this is a game based on my imagination, and I'm not going to let a stupid thing like a fucking computer tell me what my imagination can do.
Dude, you know, one thing I really don't like in D&D 5th edition, they are like putting a version where you can you're getting rid of any kind of negative race features. So like orcs used to have like negative to intelligence, and they
is that like a trying to be like socially like conscious thing?
Yeah, it is it's because
wow.
It's okay. So I think it's like
goddamn lizard people SJWs.
That's what it's like. It's so odd. It's so misplaced. Like I get it because like traditionally I didn't really know this, but orcs like used to like be pretty much like the Mongolians like fill in, I guess.
Right.
Like,
in Tolkien, like the OG orc, you know.
Right.
Inspiration, like the orcs were the stand-in for like the barbarian hordes of pre-colonial Asia,
right?
Africa.
I mean, their favorite race is literally barbarian.
It's appreciable and understandable, but it is almost certainly an overcorrection.
Right. Yeah. Right. Like your heart's in the right place, but like you're probably going to just create more racism by it.
Right. You're just. Like I don't know. It's fucking made up. It's adult It's adult numbers pretend game.
That's what I'm saying. Like the fiction.
There aren't actually orcs in real life who are gonna be offended when they get portrayed as having an inherent intelligence negative.
Right.
But it's also not really intelligence. Like you can have a character with a fucking like 4 for intelligence, and if you, the player, are good at the game, it doesn't matter.
That's what. That's I agree.
It's very
you can play
like
4 amazingly.
I understand why they're like you can play 4 well.
Right.
I understand why they're doing it, but it's very very silly.
It is also a hard optional rule. They've stated it's like, hey, you don't have to do this. But
what they should do is leave the shit the same. Like let the different races have their pluses and their negatives, and just the first page of every source book says, hey, if you're a fucked up, like, bigot, sexist, racist piece of shit, don't fucking play our game and fuck you forever. Like, get right the fuck out of here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
also, like,
isn't every rule in D&D an optional rule?
Also, if you want to, you're a DM and you're like, hey, like, I got this plan for, like, an orc, but he's a wizard. Here's my story and everything. Like, I don't know many DMs that would be like, yeah, that would be like, and if a DM's like, well, the rule book, that's probably not something you want to play with anyway.
Exactly. If the DM isn't letting me kickflip a horse, then what are they doing?
Seriously. I mean, there's a skill check, but, like, kickflip a horse.
Yeah, like, that's all. I want to do awesome things.
That's like the new D&D motto is D&D kickflip the horse.
Mm-hmm.
My saying is, I sure would love to see you try. Like when someone's like, I want to do something crazy, I'm like, so would I. Let's make this shit happen.
Exactly.
And unless it breaks the game, nah, cool. Unless it's like a game breaking thing, or it's like really like shitty against somebody else. Like, if it's done and fun, then
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Rule of cool.
I'm gonna grab a beer. Then you guys want to move on to the game, or should we talk more politics?
Yeah, let's do that.
Because as soon as we've got an audience, all we do is talk politics.
I want to drive as many people away as I can.
I do want to publicly apologize.
We have a negative viewer count. It says we're gonna have to get our shit together before they let people listen to this.
If we want to keep broadcasting, we have to pay $5 an hour.
Well, that's just
we
capitalism,
have to get two. We have to get 2 people to listen for everyone
BRB.
to actually get it accepted.
Why does the big darn hero want everyone to dox Tommy?
Yeah. Damn it. Damn my troubled past.
This accursed closet full of skeletons. It only gets fuller.
It's Ender.
Allen Poe story.
Oh, that's interesting, or not really interesting, but yeah, I'm about ready to get started.
Oh yeah,
I'm ready to get started.
too.
I want to make sure Jessa was taken care
He
of.
said beer. He said beer.
Your beer, bud.
I'm in the rare situation where my headphone cord allows me access to my refrigerator because I've got the longest fucking headphone cord in the goddamn world.
It's like an old school '90s telephone.
Yeah, it's like that if it wasn't curly and was just extremely long.
I got this thing called Bluetooth.
Yeah, that's dope. The headphones
those.
I got, my buddy just he like mailed them, gifted them to me.
Yeah, I was like I say, I got fortunate and work paid for these, so they're actually like really nice. Yeah,
I remember you telling me about that. That is very dope. Oh yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Where do you think Jesse keeps his beers? Like,
I think there's a Sphinx that
inside
guards
an
the fridge.
escape room?
No, every time he
The
has
Sphinx
to
that
answer.
guards the fridge.
Every time he gets a beer, he has to answer the. Okay, fine.
I dreaded 3 riddles.
answer me these questions 3.
Right, did you guys see
yes,
that thing?
got
It was like a tweet, and he was like, fuck, I'm at McDonald's, and the guy said he won't he says he knows I'm high, and he won't give me my food until I answer a riddle.
That's fantastic.
Like, that's an idea that almost makes me want to get a job at a fast food place. Like,
you want your fries? Well, that's
right. Like now I
tell
realize,
me which one of these things is a surprise and a lie.
like all the wasted opportunities, all the years working in the service industry, and like having to interact with obviously inebriated people, and all the missed opportunity to fuck with them and be like, no, answer this riddle before I'll take your order. And they probably would have gone along with him in the vast majority.
Yeah.
I probably would
There
have
we go.
got slugged a couple of times.
Yeah,
But-
you'd have people be like, "Wait, really? I can't have my food because I can't figure this riddle out."
What
I mean,
do
if
you
you
put?
did, like-
What do you put in a barrel that makes it lighter? And they'd be like, "Fuck."
Helium. Thanks for my fries.
Goodbye, barrel. It's unfloated away. Bye, barrel.
My food. My food, I guess.
What do you put in a barrel that makes it lighter? A hole. Wrong. Helium. Get like a floor pedal on the table, which is actually a barrel top. Just the whole thing floats away, and you're like, $35, please.
Away.
Welcome to Dirigible Donnie's.
Home of the hero submergible. All right.
Home of Hindenburg Zeppelinis. Did Jesse get lost getting his beer? Or...
Oh shit! I forgot. I got a little-
I see his thing lighting up. I don't think his audio is working.
Oh, that would be shitty.
Wouldn't that be something?
It might well be.
Might be something.
Like, oh, you look like you're about to start. Could I trouble you with some tech issues?
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
Oh, there it
Flippy.
There he is.
I am is here.
You
There
him
him,
is there.
there him go.
There him is.
There he go went.
There go, Argesso.
All right, so I think we are ready. How many viewers do we have there, Jesso? From our
I think there's two, and they're both Ender.
No, one of them's me.
Inflate those numbers.
I know I got at least one person joining at 8:30. We've
Seven.
already shattered my expectations, so I'm cool with it.
And I'm still sitting here sweating from this performance anxiety.
Yeah, the way to deal with the performance anxiety is just close the Twitch window.
Picture
And
Twitch naked.
forget about it. Yeah, just
Yeah, I've
picture
actually-
Twitch in its underwear.
Picture Twitch at the fans page. All right, so why don't we, for our lovely viewer out there, why don't we go around and talk a little bit about who we are as characters, and let me bring up the galaxy map for everybody to see. Welcome to Olaxis.
You can keep talking.
Dude, we can't afford the copyright for that shit.
Yeah, you're gonna get us sued.
Actually, this is a more accurate depiction right now of the galaxy. So this is Olaxis, and as you can see, surrounding Olaxis, there is the burn. So this universe, this part of the galaxy has suffered from a mysterious, burn that's kind of started an anomaly that has surrounded this galaxy and is slowly closing in. It's disrupted the way this whole world's universe have worked. Before, power was a little bit more over to the east, but a lot of that has now been destroyed east map-wise. Not space-wise, because there are no east really in space. But I digress. So the center area, the heart worlds, have really started consolidating people into it as people have moved in, which has caused all sorts of issues for some of the other planets. As people have been fleeing the burn, they've been going to other planets as refugees, some peacefully, some not so peacefully, while the outskirts still remains with a lot of outlaws and people who do not wish to live in normal society. There are some major races, but we're going to first start with the Eno race. The Eno race is a race of cat-like creatures. They are located mostly here in the Eno space. Most of their homeworlds are still actually intact. Um, However, they have lost a couple of planets, but they are still one of the big players in this universe. And one of our current players actually is, and let me see if I can find your little.
Only
There
a
we
couple
go.
planets are showing up for me. Is that anybody else?
Yeah, the only things showing up on my map right now are Sukop, Ozobni, Dryte, and Valdi.
Oh, and Oro.
Oh,
Oh, and yeah, there I am, floating in the middle of space for no real reason, I imagine.
here we go.
Oh, here we go.
There she is.
Whole fucking belt. Here we go.
Sorry, that was a little like GM planning map that I had up. That
Oh,
You like
worries.
secrets? Did
All right,
anybody
I like
remember?
the-
Is there one of those planets we should have wrote the name down of? Shit.
Floating.
that's the old Oravona, isn't it? Or did you not change your? Oh, you didn't change this. All right, so this is Oro. Oro, tell us a little bit about your character and what's kind of just a brief synopsis.
My name is OraVonaConfiaNovaSol Inconsequential Space Egg. I came from the planet Confia, which was swallowed by the burn some time ago. Before the burn, the Eno had the largest contiguous galactic empire of all of the known races. But we got beat back a fair amount by the Great Big Wall of Space Fire. I sort of half stowed away and half helped my good friend Horst Octothorp
How you doing?
steal our ship, which we have since named the Inconsequential Space Egg. And now we are, we're doing space adventures and stuff. I used to be a journalist. I'm thinking of getting more back into the journalism-ing, and I like to ask people questions, and I'm no stranger to trouble and danger. We've been shooting at a lot of people on the space station. I'm enemy to authority, and I do the shit my own way, and I love my crew. And
Damn the man type of thing.
yeah, I'm in it to win it.
Excellent.
Next person's turn.
Well, since we have Horst, who was just introduced, I will make you nice and big. Horst, tell me a little bit about yourself, friend.
Hey, it's your boy Horst Octothorp. Make sure you go down and subscribe and smash that like button. My name's Horst. I'm an Ulran rock people, known as the Blue Stones. We, to some people. Anyway, we're from the homeworld of Marthong. It's a very military-esque planet. You might have heard of my father, the esteemed General Benedict Octothorp. My people are very, what's the word for it? Hardos, as far as military are concerned, and I respect them a lot, but,
Authoritarian.
Yeah, that's a probably better word for it. Thank you, War. You always have much better mouth words than I can produce. But anyway, my family and the Ulran race in general are working on trying to stop the giant space fire plasma by linking alive beings together to create a wall. And that's sort of my predetermined destiny as well, but I just wanted to party a little bit beforehand and see the world. So I hopped out of Marthong, found myself in a little bit of trouble on some alien worlds where I met my good friend Lieutenant Ori here, And we liberated the Inconsequential Space Egg and have been making a living as a little bit of a smuggling discovery operation, you could say, I guess.
Yeah, you all, what's pretty cool, run kind of a ship of multiple things. You guys are, kind of roguish, but you also do on occasion run some normal jobs. You guys are guns for hire, but more of like transport as well.
Did you ever see the old TV show Firefly? It's a bit like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're criminals, but we have honor.
Space Firefly.
Moral. Space Firefly, yes, exactly.
But my primary duty so far is to serve as a little bit of muscle, and I am the pilot of our grand Inconsequential Space Egg.
I would call you the captain, my friend.
Oh, thanks. I didn't want to step on any paws, but you just wanted to.
No,
I appreciate that.
I am content to be the first mate.
Yeah, and our original crew was just the three of us. It was me, Oro, and Mama Egg.
And then shortly after, our good friend Doc.
What a segue.
Yes.
It's like I went to school for this and did it professionally for many years.
And then completely step on that.
And then my entire planet was destroyed.
So, Dr. Roach, what is your official name? Because I keep calling you Roach. I know you have a much longer name.
I picked one, but it's like dumb. I just like picked it off of a Lovecraft name. I picked them off like.
I have you referred to as your real name in my notes because that's how Oro actually thinks of you.
It wasn't the same name as Lovecraft's cat, was it?
I wrote it down. It's the thing. It's actually a spot-on reference if you look up because there's like an insect on them. Doesn't matter.
But you gotta at
like
least say what
10
novel it's from. What novel is it from? Or what story?
Well, I'm drawing a blank on it right now, but I'll give you the name and
Color Out of
because
Space.
it's Shen. No. It's Shen Shaggai, I believe.
Shaggai. Yep, that's what I have written down.
I think Shen is like the Shen was from a Lovecraft, and they're from a planet that I believe was called Shaggai.
Cool.
So that's why I took it, and it could have been someone that actually wrote Lovecraft stuff after Lovecraft. So it could have been one of those writers in that circle. It might have not
Robert
been
Bloch or something.
Yeah, it might have been one of his contemporaries. But
and we can't mention Lovecraft without saying fuck racists.
But fuck racist, and
100%.
But not Dr. Roach. He's good. No. So he's endearingly referred to that. But his story is one of more tragic. They being made of thousands of the same. Mentally connected insects. But we are from a planet destroyed, and we've lost our queen. And ever since, I've wandered probably the last year or so, almost aimlessly, trying to regain myself. It wasn't until I stumbled upon the crew and Captain Horst that I truly found a connection again and was able to kind of bring myself back together a bit. And
it's been a pleasure having you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not always the most slapstick fun, but I'm great. And I'm not too bad with a scalpel. So, also, I'm like, in your fucking mind, which is helpful. But, it's been a good run. But, I'm hoping to get out more. But, yeah, that's Shen. Or the Shen. It's them.
Excellent.
Y'all, Shan.
Y'all, Shan.
The three of y'all were hanging out at Wheelhouse Sally's.
Wheelhouse Sally's.
Wheel Space Sally's. Wheel Space Sally's, which was a bar that's located on Zobni, which is kind of like a casino planet. It's grown in a lot of power lately. After a mission, you'd all decide to go there, kind of hang out, and there was an attack. The attack was from a group called the Daylight. So the Daylight are a religious cult, and you have now recently learned that they worship somebody called Gulmok. The cult's founder, I believe. Have you gotten the name of the founder yet? I believe
The
yes. You have.
two big names that we have in connection to the Daylight Call are Tilda Mir and Oppo Medinavinkin.
Yep. So Tildamere is, you have learned, is kind of the leader of the Daylight. Now, the Daylight is a religious cult that believes that the burn is a blessing, that it's come to clean and bring back, order to the chaotic world that it was. Now, nobody really knows what the burn is. Some people say that there's just nothing past it. They've tried to get sensors past it. It just seems like there's just nothing out there, literally no more existence out there. And they believe that that is what is coming. And that is what they are embracing. And they believe that because they are the chosen ones, that they will have a special place in this plan. So one of the things that Daylight does to recruit people is it actually literally kidnaps them and tries to what's the word, Stockholm syndrome people into joining them. So the people have been kidnapped from different planets. And what's interesting about this particular just universe in general is that there is a mixture of tech and magic, and what happens to the people who worship the burn for some reason are given certain powers. People are given power to fire lasers out of their hands, for example, as you've learned. So a lot of people are taken by that type of power and turn to that side. One of the people that actually was being converted was somebody whose name changes with the situation that they're in. They're actually a changeling, and they are perfectly
Jean
TD. Well,
LeBron
currently known
James.
as
Prisoner
246.
4601.
currently known as Prisoner 24601. But tell us a little bit about yourself, Prisoner 24601, and your race and how you ended up with these wackos.
I am a changeling, made out of a being made out of infinite plastic organisms, no real form, kind of shifting as to who I'm around and what I've been doing. I am kind of not sure. I'm on the run from some people back at home. My planet still exists, but there's some stuff that went down, and I had to get away, and I just ended up with the Daylight cult to try and find some semblance of what life was supposed to be for me, and thought things were going well up until I realized what their true intention was, which was to crash us into the burn or have us go into the burn. And then I tried to break away from them and got caught and ended up as a hostage on the ship when all of a sudden there was all this fighting and explosions, and these guys showed up, and I could tell they were trying to get at, to help the hostages, so I just said, I'm with you guys.
Yeah, so on Osovny, as our crew was kind of hanging out having a couple drinks, there was an attack by the Daylight, who were coming down and taking people hostages and taking them back to a location called Inferna Station. Now, Inferna Station was a former Cthulhu station. The Cthulhu are also a bug species, but instead of being multiple bugs, they're just one giant, not giant, but they're one bug. They look like so.
Bugman versus Bugsman.
Exactly, and I like how this one has a pearl necklace. Look at that, it's so pretty.
Whoa, that's a fancy Cthulhu.
Oh wow, you fancy.
However, as you can see, the burn is awfully close to Inferna, so the Cthulhu have abandoned the station. And it seems that in that time, the Daylight have taken that station over and have been taking and hijacking people and spaceships and all sorts of tech and bringing it to Inferna Station. What seemed like a very blatant move because the daylight, the religion is not allowed to be worshipped out in the open, so they're usually very secretive. But this has been a very, very open, very visible attack, and it's very different than the way they normally operate. So it called a lot of attention. A group had asked the crew to go to Inferna and to rescue the hostages. However, when they arrived, they quickly found out that it was a trap. The Daylight has been actually making a recruiting video, for lack of a better word, and has been luring people here to showcase off the new magical powers that they've discovered by interacting with the burn. By firing lasers into the burn, they have learned that they can create laser beasts, which are, for all intents and purposes, a very just what's the word I'm looking for? Blobby, kind of amorphous. That's the word I'm looking for. An amorphous being of light and energy that does not seem to be sentient, but seems to track down light sources, and they have been using that as a method for attack. However, as they were broadcasting this, it seems like the crew of the Egg was a little bit too much for them and were quickly overtaken as they used their skills to hack, shoot, destroy, explode, and turn a defense system against itself as Horst hacked into a anti-ship system that's usually meant for station-to-ship combat, turned it in within itself and blew up a fucking wall, creating all sorts of damages that eventually made the ship start, or the station started veering towards the burn. And as that was happening, the rest of the crew met with the leader of the Daylight at this particular point, which was Oppo. After fighting off Oppo and barely getting off, she has set the Inferna to go towards the burn, which they were able to slow down a bit, but there was still a bit of a little bit of destruction and issues. So the burn is slowly approaching the Inferna as the boys and girls get the hostages onto the ship and are ready to take off. And when they do take off, they learn that they do have some imposters on board, um, for lack of better terms.
Blew up kind of sus.
Yeah, and as they are kind of neutralized for now, and as they pull off from the Inferno, this is where we find ourselves now. We find ourselves in this situation here. So
I'm sorry, Ari. Can we mention how the Driftling rode the Peacecraft through space last time, and how good a scene and sequence that was?
Awesome. So we can talk about another great scene. Was when, as they were trying to escape, Horst was fighting off the Daylight members. As that was going on, OraVona decided that it would be best that she try to pilot the ship. So tell us how that went, Oro.
Wait, are you talking
I can't listen to this. I just can't. I can't live it again.
I wasn't talking about when I fucked up turning the ship around to shoot into the station. I'm talking about when Horst pulled the great 360 maneuver to capture catch 24601.
I've got an arc. This is where it needs to start.
Oh, okay.
I think.
As long as we get to talking about me, it's fine.
So what they tried to do was to turn the ship around to shoot at the dudes inside the ship. Turns out that I'm not great at flying, and for that I will for always be apologizing to the Space Egg. Lo siento, mi amor.
Sorry.
Are we back on the ship? We're back on the ship?
This is just where it happened, I think.
Oh,
This is for
recap.
context.
Oh, okay. My bad. There we go.
So as we had landed here, and I was trying to shoot through this wall at these guys, who we eventually wound up just having to whoop their asses old-fashioned style. But in the process, I knocked a bunch of shit onto the egg, and I put a hole in the hull. I think I ripped the door off the landing, or not the the crew entrance or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yep. Gotcha.
But then
We patched it with toothpaste.
But then this part, right? One of my last notes is so my last note from last time was next time, blast one more ship and book it. Interrogate cultists and return to Zovni. Get more toothpaste. And I have it written again even earlier. I have Burn is encroaching rapidly in this area. Get more toothpaste. Subdue cultists. behind Oppo's mask, she is an Ulran.
Yeah, and toothpaste. So the reason I bring that up is because as the ship was bouncing back and forth inside the loading bay, you knocked off the internal systems off, and the access for the bay doors were no longer accessible. So a prisoner went into this area right here, which is the main control room, and quickly made some modifications to give you guys some extra time. Turned on the orbital thrusters to kind of push the station out of the burns area for a little bit to give you guys an extra couple minutes. But as soon as the message took place, we learned that the doors were no longer opening. So Jeff Beams is a peacecraft, which is basically think, Gundam, spacesuit, Voltron,
Tiny
spacesuit
Gundam.
type. Yeah, tiny Gundam, a sentient tiny Gundam. And one of his abilities is to kind of encompass another person and take them on, space and adventures and journeys, and protect them, because they were at one point a non-sentient spacecraft fighting units. They have become sentient, and they kind of now don't really like to fight anymore. This is an open character at the moment, so we won't hear too much from them. But what happened was, Prisoner, would you like to share what happened with this particular moment?
I think it was best described with the "I am Iron Man" gif. So, upon realizing that we needed to get to the outside of the ship, and knowing I was with this peacecraft thing, we shot through a window, and I hopped out using peacecraft, or inside of peacecraft, got out and opened up the outside doors of the ship, or the hull.
So did a little bit of a spacewalk as he got out, was able to open the ship. Now, because of the fact that this door right here, this bay door right here, had been destroyed, as soon as that door opened, the vacuum of space began sucking everything out. There were bodies and cultists and debris flying out. But with exceedingly great flying, Horst was able to keep the balance of the ship until the doors were wide enough for him to take off. Once the ship did take off, there was now faced with a couple of ships that were blocking their way, and a floating peacecraft that was trying to get in. So, Horst, why don't you talk about what you did for you to get the peacecraft back inside?
I performed a classic airline roll in the mid-space system to the left while simultaneously having Mother Egg open the cargo hatch, catching Jeff Beams gently in there like a baseball caught by some player that I don't know because I don't know any baseball players' names.
Literally
By
made
Bo Jackson.
Right.
It was caught by Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
I don't know if he played outfield, but
Granite Jackson.
Cool. Now baseball exists in the canon for this universe. Got it.
Did I say baseball? I meant Blazeball.
Blazeball.
My favorite player, Jessica Telephone. My God.
God rest his soul. No crabs.
Don't bring people to this universe just to kill them. Okay. Yes. And so, with a miraculous move, the ship moved into a roll. Jeff Beams was able to land. As soon as Jeff Beams got into the ship, it looks like Jeff Beams was accessing some information inside the ship. And as soon as he lands, he kind of goes into this standby mode. More on that later. But he's kind of available for things here, but he has to be given orders at this point. If you want him to do something, you need to assign him a task. If you want him to man a particular section, you will have to kind of inform him of that. But for now, this is where we find ourselves. We find ourselves surrounded by 4 or 5 ships. So we have 2 spaceship fighters and 2 interceptors and what only looks like it could be a VIP shuttle following over here. Oro was speaking with Oppo, which is kind of a little bit confusing, but let me bring up the no, wrong NPC. Oh, that's right. I separated these all out for organization. Yay. So we have right here. So this right here is Oppo Metavinkin. And Oppo was, we just learned that she was Ulran, the same species as Horst is, and has requested that they hand over the hostages and their ship, to which OraVona responded.
I'm pretty sure I just said something to the effect of, like, get completely fucked.
I believe it was something like that, yes.
There is no scenario in which I would go along with that.
And so the hologram went off, and now we have this situation going on. So here we are. There was a hostage here who has been shot. Turns out that there was 3 imposters on the ship that Oro saw. Shot one of them, who is injured. The rest of them, the other 2, were being held by the bystanders. These each represent, give or take, 12 people. We also have the prisoner, named prisoner, the changeling, who joins us here in this room. Peacecraft, who is kind of hanging out. Driftling, yes, Driftling. So another thing to mention about this world is there's something called MI for ships. It's not artificial intelligence, but magical intelligence. It is a connection between the magic and technology all rolled into one. It's like Alexa had sex with Merlin and had a baby. And that thing was the MI. This particular MI's name is Mother. Yes, Mother Egg.
Mother Egg.
Yep, Mother Egg.
Mama.
Mama Egg.
Mother
Mama Egg. Mama Egg. What? I thought we were
Oh, Mama Egg. And so we have Mother Egg, who is a magical intelligence who helps to do a lot of the controls of this. So she kind of exists in an alternate plane, which we'll get into more in future settings, but for now we haven't really explored that. So here we find ourselves. We have a shot cultist in this room, the lounge area. We have a pilot at the helm here, Horst.
How you
we
doing?
do have Doc.
I'm on the guns. I already shot those bad
That's
boys.
Yeah, he
Doc is
blasted.
on the guns over here. He already took out this one ship that was kind of investigating, and left this.
Blast.
That I think this was the OraVona's response was right here.
Yeah. Hit it
With a bird.
Yeah.
Pivot.
And this is where we find ourselves. We have our initiative order almost set. So the way combat works is a little bit different for space combat than it is for real combat. Basically, the ships are going to take an action, and you will be acting against those actions. As I've been kind of playing this out, it gets kind of weird. So I may be having to revamp a little bit the space combat scenarios. But for now, we are going to try it the way the the game says and see what happens. Let me just. You can find the rules for space combat if you go into the compendium. I believe it's under the compendium. And
Quick
you
start
just
rules,
look
spaceship combat.
Yes, spaceship
yeah,
combat.
if you just look spaceship combat, exactly. Or yes, spaceship combat, correct.
Yeah.
So that is what's happening. So they have a bunch of different rules on here, but we're going to be playing fast and loose with those rules because fuck playing things that aren't fun. And if we wanted to play with a bunch of numbers, we'd be playing Pathfinder or So, after you finish off communications, you get a reading that these ships are, their shields and their weapons are now fully on. You got the jump on one of them, but the rest of them are now moving. So, you have this interceptor who is moving close to you, gets towards your port near zone. Now, if you guys recall, you are located. Let me bring this up real quick. The Inferna station. So you are still located in the kind of U-shaped area of the station. So you do not have a lot of lateral movement. Of course, it's in space, so you can move up and down. But just so you know, you are kind of a little bit boxed in by the way that the way the station is set up.
Tuning fork.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we can kind of only go this way.
Pretty much.
Or like upwards or downwards, but in
Exactly.
space.
Sure,
Right.
Yeah, you'd have to go quite a bit though. The station is pretty large, so it's
true.
not like it's
Right.
not. You do have to do some navigating out of that area. So they do have you in a very compromising situation, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, yeah.
Dive.
Nothing I haven't dealt with before.
Drill.
So it looks like the two interceptors are moving in, while the spaceship fighters are kind of working a position to above you and below you to kind of keep you pretty much cut off any avenue of easy escape. But yeah, as these move in, they're about to open fire. So both of the interceptors about to open fire. While the other three ships, there's the VIP shuttle here, is kind of standing by. What would you all like to do?
If by destroying the one that was directly in front of us, does that essentially clear the path forward?
Yeah,
We're gonna run into one of the limbs of the ship, though, the station.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like where all their ships were stored. It's like a big U.
All right, I see. I wasn't sure how we were oriented in that. Okay, but that's cool.
So basically, they're flanking your position a little.
Like if we went straight, we'd go right into the space station. We'd have to turn in some direction. Then
No. If you went straight, you would. These guys are right there.
Right.
I didn't adjust. So these you could go straight, but they're
just like this.
So basically, the spaceship fighters are standing,
Okay, cool,
and
cool.
they're kind
Perfect.
of more like defensive position, holding their position to keep you locked in.
Yeah.
While these other two interceptors have moved into your starboard near zone and your port near zone.
Captain, what should we do?
I am going to prepare some evasive maneuvers with my natural pilot ability, which means that I'm pretty fucking good at dodging shit. So I'm going to do that. I also, out of character, I have this sweet ability called Gunner, where I can target enemy ships at both near and far ranges despite the module's range.
Oh, cool.
So that's kind of sweet. Well, I picked mostly, aside from like breaking off parts of my body to use as weapons, I've got a lot of like dodgy fucking ship stuff. So
hell yeah.
I'm going to mostly focus on us not getting hit, while you guys focus on the other things.
Well, I think like I'm working gunner, but we got to get out of here. Like we're outgunned for sure. So it's technically
Yeah,
gonna
we
be
should
like,
dash back to Zobni.
My plan is to sort of do like a corkscrew twist in the
right, split the
up
like split them in the middle.
direction, right?
Oh.
Exactly, and then loop around the space station and come back on the other side and blast the fuck out into FTL.
Oh, great idea.
Excellent. All right, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to dodge these ships that are coming at you. So why don't you, since you have them on both sides, let's do a difficulty of 3 for piloting, unless you're using another skill that's going to help with that.
I'm going to use my natural pilot skill, which is going to reduce the complexity of the action by 1.
Give me a second here. Let me take a look at this. Abilities. I don't see this. Where do you have this?
It's the very last one of my special abilities.
Is it a Nova point?
No.
Pushing the engines?
No, I don't have pushing.
Oh wait, no,
the
that's your
engines.
old one. Shit.
Oh yeah.
Shit, I was
I have
looking
quick maneuvers, gunner, shard body, and natural pilot.
Got it. So yeah, so natural
Shard
pilot.
body.
Make a skill roll in the cockpit, and this is.
You just made out of mic.
Okay, so, excellent. So yeah. All right, so you will go ahead and roll that. So it goes from a 3, it goes down to difficulty of 2.
Excellent.
Do your thing.
I take that's gonna be a computer's roll.
It will be a computer's roll, correct?
I love computer roll. Wait, this do I? Okay, so do I click the roll special ability or do I click the computer roll?
No, the roll special ability is kind of cool. It'll just put it out there, so it can be like, okay, this is what this does.
Oh,
and
which
then
is what
you're
you
still
just
gonna have to
did.
go back. Correct, yeah.
Okay.
So that way, instead of me asking, what does that do, you can just click it and be like, shut up.
2 complexity.
Yep, 2 complexity.
He does it.
All right, excellent.
Oh, can
roll
we
again.
just do a brief explanation real quick? The way the dice system roll here is you roll the dice, the complexity increases per number of actions, and if you roll a double, you fail.
It's like CeeLo.
Yes. So yeah. So the way
There's
that
some overlap.
this whole works is
It's a fair amount of overlap.
we each have you have different dice for different skills, and as the complexity gets larger, it's more likely that you're going to roll doubles. So the difficulty is that now we have another action that's happening. So when actions happen in a sequence, the complexity goes up automatically. Since you're dodging 2 ships, you will now be dodging what would normally be a difficulty of 4, but it is now a difficulty of 3 because of your talents. So go ahead and roll a difficulty of 3 with computers. All right, so I'm going to say
Wow.
that we'll say
Rude.
this guy a color. Let's do
Fucking
let's do
fail on
color.
D3 with a
Like-
D12. That's
So
Sliced it.
Ain't
it's that
okay,
toothpaste,
so-
man. I'm not used to the weight distribution.
Does it
So-
smell minty in here to anyone else?
So the move doesn't work. So unless anybody does anything to stop this guy from shooting you, you guys are going to be hit.
If I can intercede with a shot, I will. But I was kind of coming off of combat action, I think, last. So I don't know if they'd done something that would warrant
Why
them.
would
But
you even mention that?
you're fine. You're fine. I mean, it's really. I already started out of order since I started with Horst and skipped OraVona.
sure.
But basically,
Bastard.
we can just do it like this. OraVona, why don't you? We'll just move you to the end, so that way we can just go ahead and move forward with.
Oh yes, just let
Whoever.
everyone go for me instead of me go first. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care.
Actually, I think the way that
It
works.
makes sense for me to go first, or for me to go last. I mean,
Um,
It definitely makes sense for me to go after Capitan.
Also, I think the whole map shifted a little bit. Our lounge and our guns aren't lined up anymore.
Yeah, there was a
I
little
saw
shift,
that,
but
I figured that was just like space time going crazy.
That's just how hard.
Oh,
you
is
make
it because we got hit? That makes sense.
Yeah, we all got jostled around.
baffled.
I didn't mean to break immersion.
And like the red sirens, like the klaxon.
Oh shit! Oh,
Whoa!
sideways. Oh shit! I fell
Horse,
down
what are
a single step.
Hang on to your butts.
Then so many butts. I fire. If I
There are
can,
so
I would.
much.
Each individual bug holds onto its own butt.
There's
Yeah,
like
well,
there's
they
almost
hold the-
1,500 beings on this ship right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a packed house, man.
maybe on board.
I'm crashing this fucking ship.
Oh boy! All right,
Maybe.
let's not do that to my hasty friends.
Okay, so you know what? I mean, you guys can pretty much do combat as needed. So basically, whatever you want to do, it can go in whatever order. There's not necessarily the initiative order is kind of a little bit more arbitrary here as I'm looking.
We should still just kind of do it by initiative order, just so it makes it clear who's like
Who's on first?
who's got the conch shell. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, actually I agree. So like I mean I'm just gonna fire this thing. So whatever you got, like mine like you know you said like I want to hear what you have because mine's simple.
Who?
Well, you. I mean, I imagine it's your. I'd say it's your turn.
Well, so when we last left off, I think I had just kneecapped a dude and cowed his accomplices. So
Yes.
I have to think on my feet here and be like, what am I gonna do with these guys? So I
Well,
think
no,
what
we resolved that last hand. So what happened was you jumped up and you shot this guy, and the rest of the hostages were like, "What the fuck's going on?" And you used your skill to convince everybody as an
right.
So they grabbed a hold of the other two guys. Last.
Right. They like restrained him.
So So currently that guy's restrained. You've got this guy who's kind of bleeding out. And you also have the other cultist that you guys took hostage as well.
Gotcha.
Who I forgot to add. Yep.
Is that blue guy right here?
Where?
Lucky?
Thank you. No, that's the guy you shot.
Oh, okay. And then these guys are just regular dudes?
Yeah, so those are all, and then I think, no.
Then-
So I made, so these right here, these bystanders, I'm going to go ahead and change their name. So these guys right here represent the creatures, the three guys, or the two guys that are left that
Okay.
you, we'll just call them,
Cultist 1 and 2?
I'm just going to call them Daylight Spies.
There you go.
So these are the Daylight Spies. Can you see their name now?
No.
Negative.
I had a refresh.
Show nameplate. Advanced.
They're lagged an hour. They get -1 to movement in October, but +1 to movement in March.
That's right.
I don't get it.
They're
Daylight
daylight
savings.
saving spies.
Oh. It's so loud.
So fucking loud.
And
Okay, so the red one is the spies. I thought it was the green ones was the spies. Okay, well, so I wounded blue guy. Red guys are on their toes. I think what I want to do is do a loud whistle, like a loud 2-finger whistle at 2-4, and be like, "Hey, buddy," "Hey, buddy, give me a hand with this. I need to get the injured one into the med bay and keep an eye out on these other motherfuckers." And are these guys yellow robes or green robes?
They are not wearing any robes. They
Okay.
are. So you have no way of knowing what.
Gotcha.
what
Well, then I'll just say keep an eye on these two, and I'll specifically point to the two that I have seen doing the shifty eyes and the coordinating with this dude that I had to blast.
I just rolled out of this Peacecraft and into the ship, and kind of I'm seeing this all go down. I know these motherfuckers. I was in their cult. I know who they are. They're not prisoners.
Yes.
What
you
are
know
their
that they're not
names?
prisoners.
Yeah, what are these? Yeah. So
you'll
you
have-
know that they're dangerous,
They-
right?
Yeah, Daylight Daylight Cultist 1 and 2.
I will give you they do have names. I will send you to them in a second. Why
It
don't
doesn't
we?
really matter what their names are right now.
Doesn't it?
Clarky.
Okay, we will
We'll
continue.
catch up at the end of the session, I think.
Exactly. I'll get you their names in a second, but go ahead and continue on with what you're going to do then.
So I wanted to whistle to 24601 and get him to help me herd the injured dude and the hostile dudes up into the med bay, the healing bay. I want to heal the guy that I shot, but I want to keep an eye on and keep confined the other two dickheads.
Yep. So currently you have that, and don't forget you knocked a dude unconscious, a blue robe, and took him with you.
Yeah.
So you have 4.
Did we confine him?
No,
I
he's.
thought we
no,
bound him.
Yeah,
He's bound. Yes, he's tied up.
This
but
one?
Okay. Oh, okay. So that is the blue guy. Okay. Maybe I'll drag him along.
I mean,
Might as well just have them all in the same area, right?
yeah. I mean, you called me over. I mean, I don't know. My actions would be basically just to be helping you. Like I'd grab this guy as you're pointing, your gun at the other two and dragging the shot one.
I'm gonna as you approach, I'm gonna put a fist up to you, and I'm gonna go. I'm Oravona. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the Inconsequential Space Egg. Thank you for bringing back our peacecraft and helping us rescue these hostages. And I wait for you to give me bones.
Bones.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so this,
Low
I
bonus.
see Pat.
What the fuck? When we do bones, does it make some awful creature? What the hell is that?
Apparently.
I was thinking it would make a.
A couple of the bugs fell off, started their own being.
I
No,
did
that's
not
the-
realize you were also a bugs man.
which I don't. They changed the blue robe thing. So let me go grab the old one. Sorry about that.
What?
You like?
They changed the tokens for the blue robes when they did the artwork. And
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, so I do
That's
have
no
the-
blue robes.
There we go.
Uh,
Here's your blue robe here, and he is tied up and still unconscious because you gave him quite a wallop. So
yeah, let's drag him into the healing bay too. We'll just keep all. That'll be our healing bay. Will be our makeshift brig because why not?
all right.
It's a
So
place of healing.
boom.
Is
Alright,
this
so
not a
you-
wall between here?
Where?
Ricky?
Oh yeah, I guess
Walls?
those are bedrooms.
That's
I'm
why I
gonna
wanted
go
to go to the healing bay because it's small.
All right, cool. So we will bring them in here. You do have the ability to lock
Lean
off.
on the table.
So you do have the ability to lock off certain areas.
Cool.
Like in case there's a fire and things
Sure.
like that. So you can keep them there with the door closed.
Is it the healing bay where we want them? Are they hurt?
Well, I want to heal the guy that I shot.
Oh,
to show
gotcha.
that I'm not actually hostile. I only shot him because he was about to bulldog me.
Gotcha.
Was he? You have no idea.
I mean,
That in her mind he was.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to be known that they were looking sus, but they hadn't done anything yet.
It's okay.
I haven't made it this far in life not relying on my instincts.
Yeah, we'll skip it.
Han shot first.
Yeah, or Vanya.
Mhm.
I was like, that's funny.
I 100% have the words "horse shot first" in my notes somewhere.
Yeah, I saw that. It's
Yeah.
like the first notes.
That's
you
all.
have.
That's true, man. Horse did.
If I were to use,
And if he
his-
didn't,
his-
assume he did. Tell the story that he did.
I've been retroactively assigning each date in my notes a title from the notes.
Nice.
Like I have I have like regular stuff, but then I have like clever shit like Daylight Dawns, and Horse Shot First, and let's see, Max Story, Assault on Inferna rather, Cult Lateral Damage.
Oh, fuck.
like
Jesus Christ.
Was the episode where I crashed the fucking space egg.
I did.
Colgate to roll damage.
Reach Out, Touch Space was the spacewalk episode.
God.
I like that.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
You're
I
too good at role-playing games, dude.
I know.
It's funny. I did that for a bard one time. Like we would do like an encounter in a cave. It'd be like the horror at the catacombs, and that'd be like a book he would have written, or some sort of like thing that he would troubadour about.
Dude,
I love it.
I've written
so let's move.
a page and a half of an actual like article.
God, I can't wait to read it.
But if I'm at one gun, can I shoot out of both? Or is it
I think we decided. I think we went ahead and decided yes, because it would be really.
Yeah, didn't you say that if you're at one station, you can control any station?
Not any station. You could control like at the weapon station.
Oh, like either station.
Yeah.
I think it's like. Do you see how some of them are highlighted in yellow and some are green? Well, I guess that doesn't make complete sense if they were linked by color. But also, I don't know if any of your guys' special abilities says it, but like I get special abilities if I'm in certain areas. Like I have to be in the cockpit to get that take away 1 to complexity ability.
Yeah.
Oh no shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how my stuff works at all.
Yeah,
Most of mine doesn't. That one does.
Mine works with
24601. By the way, I just sent you some info via Roll20 text.
Secret notes.
Got it.
Secret notes from the DM.
Well, I just realized as being a cultist, he does know certain things about cultists that, he knows.
Big dicks.
Really secret.
That's why they join.
Alright, if it was secret, I wouldn't tell you guys.
Fiery hand jobs.
Fiery hand jobs.
So you got that
in
plasma.
your area.
100,000 hands, please.
Okay. So,
Not sus.
Alright, so you guys get these guys in there. Are you gonna try and do healing on them? Or are you going to just leave them up there? Because one of the guys is pretty injured and he needs medical assistance. You caught him off guard.
The shot dude, yeah, I wanna pop him on the healing bed, and if that's like a MI controlled thing, I want to just be like, Mama, can you please encase and restrain and help this man? He seems to have run his leg into some bullets.
So the MI system is going to be able to give you some really basic kind of healing, but for the more difficult things, like for what this guy has, you're going to need him. I don't need him at
100%. I just need him to not die on the.
We actually don't want him at 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so why don't you all give me some rules? Because you're trying to restrain some people, trying to keep them down. Prisoner, you're helping. So why don't you give me some rules to make that happen as far as how well they restrain?
Yeah, let me see.
What? You got a 420?
Oh, hell yeah.
What?
Every time.
All day. That's amazing.
The D420. I think he just rolled.
I just rolled 420.
Oh, you just rolled 420. Oh my god, that's amazing. Dude, you could have had me going with that for a long time.
Very good move. Alright. Okay, so to pop this dude into the pod, should I do like a medicine or to make sure that these dudes can't get the drop on me? Could I do like a knowledge or like a streetwise or a skullduggery maybe?
Alright, I'll give you skullduggery for kind of if you want to tie them up and to keep them best situated.
I don't really want to tie up the other guys. I just want to keep them in this room. Like, I want to make sure that the injured guy is like getting some type of treatment, and then I want to lock the door behind me.
Okay.
I don't give a shit what these guys get up to while they're in there.
Okay, so why don't you give me a? I mean, what do you want to do? Do you want to kind of read the situation?
Do you think like a knowledge to read the situation would be workable?
Yeah, let's do
All
that.
right.
Let's do a difficulty 3 because it's kind of a little bit going on here.
All right. Complexity 3.
Chat says
condition bonus, right?
No.
Let's see. Ow!
Oh,
All right, so yeah, you
Look,
are
I
not
got a
sure
Nova
whether
point.
you did get it. Nice. So you're not sure
I forgot
whether
about
this is the best idea to leave them here. You're not able to kind of see. Do you say anything to them to try and get them to listen?
I like as I'm like setting the dude up to get healed, I like look at the other guys and I say, "Hey, look, it looked like he was about to, fuck on me, and I can't have that shit on the ship. There's too many people on here right now that are depending on us to get out of here safely, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I hope you will forgive me later. Not my intention, but I need you guys to prove me wrong by just staying in here and being chill for like maybe like 2 more hours, and I'll get you like there's bedpans in that cabinet over there. I will get you some snacks in a little bit, and anyway, yeah, just be cool. Okay, bye. My name is OraVona. Bye." And then I slam the door shut and lock it.
All right. So yeah, you're able to successfully get them in there with prisoner's help, but as you
And then I go for a high five for prisoner. I'm like, "Thank you so much for helping me."
do you swallow the key?
Seal the deal.
I don't think there's actually keys.
What's
Oh.
the
How do you
complexity
lock
we
it?
need to?
I think it's like a magic lock, right?
What's
It's
the
like a-
complexity we need to roll to see if his high five lands?
Oh no, it's granted. Orvona's
Yeah.
cool. Orvona's too cool. You might look at it like, what is this? I'm not familiar with it.
How many arms does the Driftling have at the moment?
Yeah.
4 based on just my original. How many do the cultists have? Because I look like a
Alright.
cultist myself.
Right.
I'm going for the top leftmost arm.
But the prisoner accidentally puts out a fist and hesitates and then opens the hand. But OraVona also did the same, but opposite, and closed the fist, and it's just really awkward.
I'm so slick that when I grab the fist, I act like that's what I meant to do, and that's what I expected the Driftling to do.
Yeah, and you
I
shake
just-
it.
I just give him like a knowing nod, and then
Yeah.
I let the fist go. And thank you.
There has to be so many different handshakes out there.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely.
But like,
Alright,
I don't think
yeah,
I don't think the awkward is.
Dumping
Go
these
on.
dudes in the med bay. I think I'm gonna just dash up to the cockpit and see what Horst's up to. Unless
Hook me up with
Shan-
some gels.
Yeah, unless Shan or someone else wants to like holler and get help.
I mean, all I could do is fire like this, keep shooting this thing. So
Chat says they saw Doc go
I
vents.
see nothing around.
I'm so small. I'm easy to go through. I've actually gone through vents in this game.
You admit it. You admit to being
At least
imposter.
once he was in the vents.
Dude,
Guys,
throw me outside. I'll eat a hole through
It's
this
too
hall.
risky. I'm gonna skip.
All right, cool. All right, so Doc, are you gonna be opening fire on this far right ship here on the port near zone? I mean,
The one that's like seemingly passing us, or the one that's like kind of forward of us?
it's this one right here. This guy, your evasive maneuvers are gonna miss. This one, he looks like he's going to get a shot on.
Okay. Can I reach that? Is that within the range?
Yeah, you've got that within range.
Okay, cool. All right. Then what's the complexity on it?
You will get a complexity since it's closer in, and these things are heavy cannons. You're going to have a complexity of 3. They're better for no heavy cannon. All right, so as you
There we go.
Okay. Boom. All right. So as you shoot, the shot definitely hits. You see the ship kind of take the impact. The shield start buckling, and you see the shield drop. So you've deactivated that shield. Has everybody gone?
Was that the ship that was shooting at us?
You had two ships shooting at you.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So,
yes, but
it's still. Yeah. So you do hit them, and he does lose his shield, but he is able to still land a shot on you guys.
Suck my ass.
with jelly.
With jelly. Me personally, I like jelly.
I prefer jelly.
Some people prefer syrup.
Your ship takes 1 damage.
Just tracking that. Horst,
Yeah, I can track it.
that's your baby.
Makes sense.
That's my mama.
That's your mama now.
It is your mama. It is your baby.
It's the same. It is
All
an
right,
egg and a mother all at
It is.
once.
It is the same.
I came out my mama egg. I'm on welfare. 6 years later, still on welfare.
Fuck off.
All right, so as you all
For the ODB fan
continue
out
on,
there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it.
all right, so the ship gets hit, starts kind of peeling off a little bit, but it still gets out of your zone area, moves towards Port Far zone, while this ship looks like it is moving closer to you. This ship right here, this Far Interceptor in your starboard near zone, looks like it is approaching, and it looks like it's going to start boarding procedures as it's trying to get up close and
Oh, this motherfucker.
This spaceship fighters still are maintaining their position, while this VIP shuttle also has maintained its position, keeping an eye on you, waiting. Looks like it's going to. The MI tells you so, as Mother Egg comes online and gives you kind of a status of what's going on. It says tactical reports will probably show that these 2 space fighters are waiting for us to make a move before opening fire. Right now, we have 2 ships that are trying to board us. We need to act immediately to keep these happening. Right as it says that, a loud sound just starts erupting. As you look back, you see that the beginning portion of the station has been hit by the burn, and starting to slowly make its way towards you all, and it just tipped and hit the station.
Oh shit.
With that, what do you do?
Oro, you got my shit?
Horst, just get us out of here.
Ori, you got my shit?
Do I have any gel? I don't have it written down anywhere in my equipment, but I figured that was a homebrew thing, so it was never
Yeah,
on my inventory.
you did pick some up when you went to Real Space Sally's.
Right. I think I might have that written down. Wait, let me check my notes real quick.
I will say you do.
Is
Cool.
gelling?
That's the drug I use.
Are you gelling?
You gelling? You gel?
Magellan. My out-of-character question is, do we want a dipset, or do we want
Yes,
to just
very much
jump
so.
into a position where we have them trapped and can just fucking open up?
Well, I don't know. The only thing I was thinking is maybe shoot VIP ship. It's like tucked away.
I also like
with
the
it.
idea of us being pursued, like not like chased actively right now, but like getting away and having them like looking for us.
Yeah, I mean, also we're in a death trap right now. So definitely just fly away
Right.
because we can do that because you're an awesome pilot, Captain.
When I'm on drugs, yes, I am.
All right. How are those notes coming? You cooking the boats out there?
Really
Yeah.
burning the midnight oil.
Well, I am going to offer one to Horst, and I'm gonna say, "Get us out of here, buddy."
I grab it and I just sort of slap it on my face and drag it down. So it's just like this handprint that's like drugged down my face. And then my eyes turn white like they are in the picture, and then just like beams sort of shoot out of my eyes and mouth for a second, and then recontrast in, and I'm just like, it's really intense.
All right, so
like a scene from Cranked.
All right, excellent. Sounds good. What do you want to do after you apply that drug? Because that's just going to be part of your turn. So, again, this ship kind of took off.
Rip it back to Zobni, baby.
Yeah. This guy took off a little bit out of the range. This guy looks like he's about to latch onto you. And these two are still holding position with this VIP shuttle.
That asshole.
I'm waiting for the second that the ship feels the other ship contact our ship, and then we're just boom, FTL hopping all the way to Ozo.
Just rip his ship apart in our wake.
Okay, I will say this. You're going to need to get to a cruising speed before you can get to FTL. I think we discussed that. If not, it's just FTL from stop.
Even with the gel?
Yeah, that just what allows him to do precision jumps.
Oh, I gotcha.
Okay.
Because normally you can't get in and out the way that he does without using the gel. But to get into it, I think we discussed it would be just like, pretty much teleportation if you just jumped into it. So
can I run this by you, Ari?
Yeah.
I have a Nova point I could spend on my advanced piloting ability, which was... The description is you can spend 1 Nova point while you're in the cockpit of the ship to dodge all incoming attacks. Could I use that to do sort of my plan before, kind of do a leaning barrel roll to gain some momentum and get out of the way?
Yeah, so what we'll do is it'll have to be something that'll take 2 turns. So this turn, you're getting out of this situation by using your Nova point and pushing forward and dodging all the attacks. And then the next turn, you will be opened up to this.
I agree, only under the condition that every single ship fires at us and I dodge every single one, and potentially 1 or 2 of them hit each other.
If
you gotta do the Star Fox barrel roll, man.
Exactly.
So as you see up on your screen, as Mother Egg has predicted, if you do step into that zone, the 2 spaceship fighters will open up on you. You have this other ship that's about to make contact and board you. I don't know what this guy's going to do. He might just be chilling out. He's kind of waiting for his shields to recharge. So you'll have 3 people that are
like, I might die.
What am I doing with my life?
No good barrel roll went without the potential for dying.
Or drugs.
Or drugs.
Punch it, bro.
All right,
onto your butts.
Does anybody want to tune in on this turn before Jesso does his move?
I would just want to shoot more. Either way.
All right.
Yeah, do one more shot before we get into hyperspace, and maybe prisoner. Maybe you also try and do one too.
Am I near a gun?
You can be.
I bet you can make it to the gun.
You sure can.
I want to light somebody up here.
Yeah.
All right. So prisoner.
I want you to light someone up.
All right. Cool. So and what are you going to be doing, Oro?
I think at this point I'm just providing moral support. I think I did.
I think that you know that I am going to soonly be incapacitated and need somebody near me.
I slapped drugs on Horst, and I'm waiting for him to work his magic, and I'm strapping.
Got the adrenaline shot?
I'm tightening my seatbelt and waiting for it to be over, and then I'm going to help Horst recover.
This is also a bit of a trade secret of ours. Like, I don't like to be seen like this, and we try to not really let people, like obviously they're going to know something's happened, but we kind of try to, not let the details of it out. So if you don't have to buy along with this story, I'm more just presenting this for if you think it's a good idea. But
But your fastball special.
I know. I like it.
Yeah. Oros sort of knows that she needs to take care of me.
And to my David Spade.
Does that make me Kaiser Sose?
No.
Okay.
If you want to be, you can be Kaiser.
No, I like my friends.
All All right, so Doc and Prisoner, why don't you go ahead and roll your attack rolls? We will make them difficulty. They are far zone, so you are good. So go ahead and hit them.
What's the difficulty for Farzone? Two or
Two.
three?
Two.
Or two?
No, they're two because these cannons are meant for shooting a little smaller distance.
So it's my ranged.
Yep, ranged or computers, two. I think I would accept either one of those.
Yeah.
All right, which one were you aiming at?
I'm aiming at the one that's hold on, let me select the selector.
Do the VIP.
I was aiming at this one because it's aiming forward.
Guys,
Excellent.
we have people spamming the chat. I think that means that we've made it.
Oh, yeah.
We
Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and views on bigfollows.com or Starcom. Moderator!
nice.
Yes.
Should
I roll at the same complexity?
Yep, roll same complexity.
Great.
Which one are you aiming at? Which one are you aiming at?
So I did just shoot the one to the side. Did he look immobilized? But really, I think I'm just. Oh, go on.
The one on the side is not immobilized. He looks like he was falling back to approach. It looks like you got through his shields, so it looks like he was moving away to kind of get some distance. But he is not necessarily retreating full speed. He looks like he's coming back around for another attack for next round.
And then like with my knowledge of spaceships, like would I know that like everyone's pretty much shielded? You know, like it's very rare to in this situation. Like, so I guess I'll just I'll shoot at the one forward facing. We're about to just dip set.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Or okay, go for it.
Yeah, I kind of want to shoot the VIP one, but whatever. Complexity 2.
Yeah, you could take a shot of the VIP. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult. The strip's smaller.
Then I'll nix that and I'll shoot at the big one. I'll just ignore that pass. Come on, there we go. Keep it going. Boom. So yeah, I want to shoot the VIP boy.
Okay,
nice.
So you take a shot at the VIP shuttle. The VIP shuttle is actually. Let's see, VIP shuttle near and far takes 1 damage. Boom, boom, and let me see something on these.
And if I could crank another one out for an increased difficulty,
What's
Alright,
the complexity at?
Would that be 4 at that point?
Ooh.
Light 'em
What's your shoot? What die are you rolling? Oof.
But don't forget that the more the more complexity, there may be consequences.
Wait, what's the chances of that? How do we do this math?
I mean, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to roll these dice. Leroy Jenkins. Boom, pass. Excellent. Fuck yes.
Nice.
Wow.
There goes the middle finger on this guy. All right, so let's play this scene out real quick. Let me see how much the shuttle actually even has. Boom, boom. You bust through that shield of the VIP shuttle, and again, the shuttle burst. You see the shield burst, and it's detected that it is now shieldless. Also with the space fighter as well. The space fighter takes a hit. However, this guy looks like he's seriously damaged, and he is just floating in space.
Fucking A.
At the same time, you open up the shot with. A prisoner fires at the other spaceship, hitting it as well, knocking its shields offline. As Gesso gets through, he moves through the barrage of shots that are fired off. The interceptor, however, looks like it has successfully latched onto the side of your ship.
Shit.
Like it has
They're about to regret that.
Yeah. So it looks like it's dug it into it. As that happens, again, you move past, but the burn is now approaching. So I'm going to need you to. What's going on here? As you get past these other ships, I guess I go like this, And I actually have to physically move these ships over here. I'm guessing you're just going to go right past them, right? You're not going to stop and do anything. Just so you said you're moving past them. So as you move past them, you are currently like this. Interceptor is still kind of hung onto you. And we go to the big old. Here we go. All right, so as you pull past those ships, their shields bursting, you start moving away. You see this bright wall of orange and yellow and red, dancing light of the burnets coming so much closer to the station, and you hear a loud crunching type noise as the station slowly begins getting eaten.
Ooh, we were just on that.
Everybody give me some sort of perception check.
Like some sort of?
Yeah.
So like if I feel with my fists?
Figure it out, that's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want us to roll a 2-ski?
Yeah, give me a 2. Give me a 2 skis.
2 skis, Ferda.
2 skis.
Pass.
Purdue.
Pass.
Boom, that's a pass. It's a pass for old Shan.
Shaggy.
Shaggy.
Pass for all of us.
Shaggy.
It wasn't him.
But they called him in the cryopods.
As you all notice that the burn begins consuming the station, for a second, as you're looking, it looks like a hole has opened in the burn. It's probably about like, I don't know, about 100 feet wide. And as the hole opens up, through it, you, again, definitely see nothingness. But your minds all of a sudden hear all these swirling voices that go into your head. And it just sounds like static. It sounds like broken records, scratching. It's a whole bunch of noise, and you cannot figure out what is going on as you struggle. It's almost like a psychic attack on you. As everything else kind of begins to close in, for a second, you see a figure standing there. A
Nicolas Cage
type figure. And it's Nicolas Cage.
Elusive man?
And it's Clarky. No.
Fuck you, Clarky.
Fuck you, Clarky.
Shut up. All right. So you see a figure, a hooded figure. You can't quite make it out, and you hear in your minds, Galmak wants the opposite. He must be stopped for you all to be saved. And as soon as that hole closes, it sends out a shockwave, knocking all the ships out of orbit. Out of propulsion. And the shockwave is slowly moving closer to you. Jessa, why don't you give me
the vengeful deity that lives in the burn. I have that in my notes. Sorry, what?
What?
Golmak's a vengeful deity that lives in the burn.
Yep. That's 2 daylight worships.
Yep.
All right, so why don't you give me a difficulty of 3, please?
What's my roll? Oh, to get away.
Yep, 3. Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm just fascinated that my notes worked out for the first time.
All right, so your ship starts to buckle,
motherfucker,
and you start getting pulled backwards.
Wait, wasn't this my Nova Point roll, or no? No, it wasn't, was it?
No. Your Nova Point roll? No, that was the one before to get past everybody. The ship starts buckling. The ship starts buckling as
Wait, that's a perception roll.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I fucked up. But
that's a D4. Okay, so
in a good way.
Yep, it makes a big difference.
There we go.
All right, so you start to make some progress. Your engines are pushing to full. somebody could really be useful by getting back there and giving the engines a little bit of help as you are struggling to get past this shockwave that's both pushing outwards and pulling you inwards at the same time.
One of the skills I almost took was called something along the lines of like pushing the engines.
So the next one's going to be difficulty of 4. If somebody gets into the engines, though, I will drop that difficulty because you'll have somebody pushing the engines for you.
Boys, the engines need a hand job.
I'm on it.
I'm gonna stick up here with Horst.
Yes, please.
All right, so let's get another roll.
Did prisoner take a bug in the ear?
Did I take what?
A bug in the ear? It's kind of our initiation.
No. I guess so. I did not do that. I guess previously I'd been communicating through Peacecraft.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna go ahead and say. So the way the crew communicates is by a psychic bug from Doc that's been put in everybody's ear. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that you guys would have gotten that.
Yeah, I definitely have seen Doc. Yeah. Doc and
I'm real liberal with that thing. I throw that bugs around.
Regardless of the ship, so communication I'd say is pretty easy.
And you get a bug.
Yeah. I hear shouting from the cockpit saying somebody needs the help on these fucking engines. So yeah, get what, an engineering roll?
Yep, give me an engineering roll. If you pass, you will give a success to Horst. If you don't, it will be
what complexity?
You've got a complexity of 3.
Okay. Oh yeah.
All right, so Horst, go ahead and give yourself a roll of 2 for your next pass.
All
right, so as you all continue pushing, you are almost out of it. You can feel that the ship is starting to give a little bit better, but you're not quite out of it yet. As the final bit of the burn consumes the station, you again feel one last pull. You feel like if you can just get this one, you can break free.
Cool.
This will be a difficulty of 3 again.
Let's get it! Yeet, yeet, baddies delete!
So, as you take off, you see the VIP shuttle is not able to fight it. You see, let me roll this real quick. All right. And...
All right.
Okay, so you see that the VIP shuttle does get sucked in, but one of the interceptors manages to make a break for it, escaping. The other interceptor still is hanging on to the side of your ship. What would you like to do?
Roll.
Put the shields on.
Take 'em off.
Straddle the burn and melt the ship.
Oh shit! But
Sounds very dangerous.
Yeah, we're also being held together by toothpaste.
Yeah. But the burn will heat up the toothpaste, tempering it, making it even stronger.
What if
the gamma radiations will solidify it?
What if you eat their ship?
Mother actually says,
"Oh my God, that's a great idea, but it'll take a long time."
I don't think I'm willing for that to happen quite yet. Please do not take me back there.
Fair.
All right, Mom.
What if...
Yeah, let's increase some G's. What if we cut back and forth while doing some corkscrews?
Or
sounds good. Sounds good to me.
Or what if we reverse board them and take them hostage?
Just like run up on them as soon as they breach us.
Yeah,
I mean,
that works. Counter breach.
I think their ace in the hole is gone with all the other ships, right? Like,
I think if they breach us, though, there might be substantial damage to our ship that I'd rather avoid.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's a better move to try and shake them loose.
Would we? Would any of us have an underlying knowledge, like, are we, like, is this like a barrel roll away from them? Like, they haven't breached our ship, so if we shake them off, I think we're good. We gotta shake them off.
They have just latched onto you guys.
Yeah, so they're not bored through.
So they're probably trying to follow us more than.
They're very well equipped. They're holding on. I will say this. Why don't you... Let's do this.
This is a job for somebody in the Peacecraft armor. Go climb out there and dislodge their ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe prisoner hop back in there.
I'm totally down to go back out there because I've got some thoughts on what they're doing.
I love this guy. He's a maniac.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, so
do we have a tether?
The wild man.
The Peacecraft ship
The bulldozer.
can operate in space pretty well and can travel pretty large distances in space on its own.
The fuck was I doing barrel rolls to catch it for?
He was on the way to. You just made it easier.
Oh,
Synchronized.
Yeah.
It was just a flash move. Cool.
Because
it bought you an extra turn, is what it did.
Yeah, and it looked cool as fuck.
Yeah, no, I'm about that life. Risk it all to look cool. Bet it all on egg. That's in my notes too. Bet it all on egg.
Good for the gram.
Or no.
The gram is the egg.
Yeah, bet it all on egg.
100% in my notes also.
Bet it all on egg.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It worked itself
So-
loose.
I mean, I guess, though, are we trying, like, is the goal just to get them to unlatch from the ship so we can hit FTL, or are we still just, like... Or do we, I mean, I guess, do we even care? Do we, like, are they preventing us from hitting FTL?
That's a good question.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Either way, we gotta dislodge them.
So you feel like if you break into FTL with the ship attached, it won't necessarily keep you from going to FTL, but what happened?
It will just be spinning in a circle.
It might cause some damage. It'll make it more difficult for sure, but you do not.
I mean, I think.
What if we turn the shields off and on? Would that help?
But if we turned it off and restarted it.
Yeah.
I don't know. This ship is starting to now activate a system that is beginning to bore into your ship, though.
Well,
I say we go with the pre-Peacecraft plan.
Sure, but what? Okay, sure. It just has to be fast.
All right.
Seems fast enough to me.
So, prisoner, you are jumping into the Peacecraft ship?
Yeah.
Excellent. So you are now this Peacecraft ship. It comes suit. It opens up. You join into it, and normally this suit would have a little bit more to say, but it's kind of on manual control, so it's a little bit more difficult to operate than you first remembered. Still manageable. You still have the skills and abilities, but it is definitely a lot more on you than it is before. It kind of had some assistance to it. What would you like to do? So you get. I
want to fly up to this ship, like that's the one that's trying to, board us, and knock on a window.
Okay. What would you like to do? You're traveling pretty. At this point, you're traveling pretty fast. So if the Peacecraft did get out, it would have trouble keeping up with your ship.
That's what the dick grappling hook's for, right?
What's that?
It's got a grappling hook in the dick.
The Peacecraft, right.
It is canonical.
It will make it more difficult. I mean, like I said, but yeah. What do you all want to do? You can.
I bet we can fucking dislodge this fucking loser. I'm sorry. What?
No. I kind of agree. Although I like the idea of the Peacecraft, I mean, shouldn't we at least try to do I don't know. Would we know if we could just do like a barrel roll or an evasive, or are we in too deep at this point?
Yeah, from what you all know about these spaceships, these interceptors, once they're kind of latched on, they have this kind of magnetic latch as their first kind of approach, and then their second approach is to physically kind of weld that into the ship so that they have an attachment, and then to kind of get off the ship, they use kind of like a charge to kind of explode that bit off so that they can break free from you. So at this point, it's pretty welded itself onto your ship, so it's going to take a lot more than evasive maneuvers to get it off the side.
So I would say, Captain, loop around, we'll face them, and as we come to a stop, the Peacecraft can jump out, and then we'll be at least facing them as they come around, and then we'll be stopped so he can move. I got a clean shot. Can I shoot behind me? Can I shoot directly behind us?
No,
360.
Nope,
Okay. So if you want me to shoot them while he does, then I could do 260.
What are you trying to shoot though?
Are we clearing? Have we cleared all the other ships?
You've cleared the other ships. The other two ships are off in the distance.
We're gonna have to slow down so the Peacecraft can do the mission. Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you do a?
Doesn't have like magnetic feet.
Are we moving faster than a plasma laser shot?
No.
Oh man, because that would be cool.
I think
shoot our
plasmas are
guns,
pretty
then get
fucking
in
fast.
front of our own shot and shoot them off of ourselves. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I mean,
was there a roll about?
I was gonna say if you want to kind of do a roll to kind of read the situation, to check into engineering or computers to read what's going on with the other ships.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely not my strong suit, but it's a either or for me because they're both 4s. So I'll go with the computer. What's the complexity?
Give me a difficulty of 2. It's a pretty easy read. You just need to kind of check out the system. All right, so yeah, you can see that these ships have continued to pursue you. You check in with Mother Egg to get some information about them. It looks like they were able to get their shields up and running, but they are a significant distance away from you. So it would be probably moving at this speed, you don't know, but if you were to come to a complete stop, you figure that you'd have probably about a turn or two to do something before they caught up with you.
I would share that information, and I think, I mean, you think we should swing it so that we're facing them, or do you just want to slow down? Or do we need to slow down for the Peacecraft to get out there?
You don't necessarily need to slow down. It would just make things easier for the Peacecraft. Like I said, it would just change the difficulty, meta speaking. Sure. If you're trying to do a spacewalk on a moving ship, I would say like there's a lot more difficulty involved.
What if we just let them breach and 2-4 inside the Peacecraft, which we know can breathe in vacuum, just goes in there and
that works.
When they come through, I think that's
better.
I think that's a better idea than going outside the ship because it allows us to maintain speed.
Can we cut off?
We still only have to deal with the one that's trying to board us. You know what I mean?
But if they breach, don't they damage the ship if we if that ship is attached to us?
We can pressurize that one room.
Right.
It's true, but with a hole in the side of the ship, you definitely won't be able to go.
We'll be limping a bit.
Sounds like more of a bit than more than a bit.
Peacecraft could go out there unmanned too, right?
You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we need to come up with something soon.
So, you know, like the lasers are hot, plasmas are hot. You know, I think that it's worth swinging around, firing. I don't think we should let the thing breach. But my vote would be to duke it out while we try to get the separation and then bounce. That's my vote.
I'm into that.
Yeah, I support it.
Yeah. Okay, so, you know, we can simultaneously swing it. You know, I'll fire when they come in range and then get out there.
Excellent. All right.
Another great big ship U-turn move.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so what I'll do instead of just, I mean, this is a pretty easy maneuver to do, but what I'll do is have you roll Gesso to see how much time it buys you. So why don't you give me a difficulty of 2, and then we'll see if you're able to kind of do it really smooth.
Okay. computers roll? Yes,
All right. So as you kind of come around, you seem to have some issues getting it to just stop just the way that you want it.
I'm
Giving
high.
them
Keep
just a
spinning.
little bit more time. Just giving them a little bit more time to kind of catch up. It looks like they will be in still within range within the next action.
Why don't I just smash this bitch into one of them?
I thought about that too, like a
Egg stop,
battering ram.
wheels keep spinning.
I listen to that song so frequently.
Really? That's very funny.
Oh, dude, Paul Wall and Slim Thug's verses on that song are banging. But anyway.
I digress.
Hey,
Paul
Wilson,
Wall,
me
I'm the
Coke.
people champ. My chain light up like a lamp, cause now I'm back with the camp.
They say I'm similar to an ant.
Cause I'm low to the earth. Those feelings get hurt when they figure out what I'm worth.
Oh.
Those are good songs. None of those dudes have any like actual flow whatsoever. Like it's all
wait,
just
Paul-
it's
Paul-
the most awkward jumble of words and sentences of all hip hop.
I disagree.
I don't know, man. Like,
I'm a
just
player,
saying-
ain't no
just
doubt.
saying
Hoes
those
want to know
lines
what
that
I'm
I
about.
remembered.
Biggest diamonds all in my mouth. Princess cut all in my chain. Wool grain all in my range. Dripping stains when I switch lanes. That's my shit. I had to look up what a
That's my
what a
shit.
Grant wood grain was. It's a steering wheel. It costs $500.
Yep. It's ridiculous.
And Paul Wall only knows about it from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Damn. Shade. Fucking shading Paul Wall.
I don't actually know anything about Paul Wall. Paul Wall, please don't shoot me.
Dude, our viewers are plummeting.
Alright, so
Yeah, they're really more of Lil Wayne guys.
Especially in the mid.
There's a lot of dirty South.
They're
We're
just-
really big in Atlanta. So, you better be chill. Don't be talking about trap.
Only fuck with the H.
They're into mumble rap.
when there's simmer in the friend and the simmer, man.
All I know is that the Inconsequential Space Egg has 5% tint. Endo.
So you
wood
can't,
grain.
so you can't see up in my window.
Exactly.
Yeah.
While Aura's blowing that endo.
It's just
In the lounge, GameCube and Nintendo.
people's feelings get hurt when they realize what I'm worth.
You guys were just doing drugs up in the captain's.
Look, buddy. Are you a square?
Look who creeping, look who crawling.
We're not out of it. Like I like to think that we're in a really shitty situation.
Our good beloved pilot was doing drugs.
It's that 6'6" long dick slim Ulran stick in your chick.
I'd like to think that this is like a mental hiccup of like having telepathic bonds to people that like your streaming conscious is like linked to people.
It's just
When
a
a
song's
song's
like
stuck
kinda
in one
always
head, stuck in
on.
all heads.
like half-remembered rap lyrics just streaming into your head, and you just got to deal with them too. You're like,
Aura, you have that song stuck in your head again? God.
sentience. They love rap music.
it's the music of their people.
Oh my gosh.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Hello.
The Olaxis. Whoa! What the fuck?
That's Paul Wall.
The Olaxis Galaxy national anthem is
The
Wu-Tang.
federal.
Got 30 down at the bottom, 30 more at the top, all invisible, set in little ice cube blocks. If I could call it a drink, call it a smile on the rocks. If I could call out a price, let's say I call out a lot. I got like platinum and white rose, traditional gold.
Yo, this spaceship's spitting.
And
mother egg.
roll credits.
Egg is wild. That's why I love Warden like so in the middle of the shit right now.
Yeah.
I'm changing grills every day, like
let's-
Jay changed clothes.
Let's try and just. So we're trying to do
I
this
think
weird
after all that
U-turn
rapping, the
move.
ship just detaches and flies away.
So,
They're like, fuck
so the
these
mother
dudes.
egg starts just the
We
base
listen to
just
death metal.
rattles it loose. the bass from the ship just rattles it loose, and it goes.
From the subwoofers?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool.
We just turn up the subs and pump on a milli, and it just fucking shakes them right off.
Just like,
Right. So the ship's approaching Peacecraft. What are you gonna do?
Holy
Prisoner in Peacecraft. What are you going to do?
I still I want to fly up to this ship that's trying to board or attach to us. And like I said, I want to knock on the window. Is it possible for me to communicate with them?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Who's on board?
with them.
You just give them the finger?
So you see a blue-robed cultist looking at you in shock as you approach and just start knocking on the windows. You can see that there's two other cultists as you kind of stick your head inside that are working at the door, getting ready to go in. The pilot does all of a sudden see you, though, and he gets his weapons ready. What do you want to do?
He looked into the bathroom.
I want to talk to him. I want to say, hey, it's me. It's Ilos. They killed all the rest of us that were spies.
Oh,
They
I love this.
managed to sabotage the ship. It's going to explode. We need to get the F out of here. Open up. Let me in.
what?
I love this.
He looks at you, and I'll say that he opens a short range channel to you, and he says, "Elos, you know the mission was to die with the ship. So if you, coward, are out here, then I will make sure that it finishes off. But if it was successful, the ship will go down anyways. So your choice has been made, and it opens fire on you. Go ahead and what do you want to do?
Couldn't I have a deceive roll for that or something?
You could, except they've got very
strict.
Your deception was against something that was you were whether you were deceptive or not, it didn't matter, because the goal of the people inside were to go down with the ship if they are not able to successfully take it. So by you coming out here and pretending to be this person, you still managed to piss off this rogue who so he thinks you're Elos successfully, but Elos was supposed to not be a coward.
You were supposed to die, Elos.
But that's hard for me to swallow when they're in a ship outside of the station.
Yeah, that's like what are they? Why are they trying to board us to just kill us?
I don't know. He said, as
I think these guys might be
spoke to him-
liars.
What gave it away?
So as I said, if you were listening, and you would have noticed, I said that he was supposed to get on the ship to take it over. If you're not able to take the ship over, you're supposed to destroy it. So they are trying to take the ship.
Well, I told them that the ship was set to self-destruct.
Okay, and so the second part of that is that the ship is meant for if they still want to get on and turn off the self-destruct. Their mission is to take the ship or die trying, basically.
Okay.
So they're going to do whatever it takes short of being stopped.
So I fucked up. All right, what do you need me to roll?
Give me some sort of defensive roll. Why don't we just do? We'll say you're in the ship. Why don't you do an athletics type roll? What does it say for this? Yeah,
It's an athletics roll.
athletics for.
What complexity?
You're right up against it, so let's do a difficulty 3.
Fucking Peacecraft.
Oh.
Oof.
All right, so the shot hits you. Luckily, the Peacecraft absorbs a big portion of that blow. Your shields drop down to minimal. You only have 1 shield point left on this Peacecraft. I will make that note so you don't have to, because it's kind of weird. But yeah, it does some serious damage. Why don't you roll a complexity of 4 to see if you're able to hold on to the ship. All right, so as the ship hits you, it blows blows you off the side, but you're able to grab a hold of it and you don't get kind of fired off into space. As that happens, the other two ships have now approached your position. You have one more turn of things to do before they will get a turn. So this is kind of your last chance before we're back in combat.
I'm kind of at a loss of Peacecraft.
So is the border ship still attached to us?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Very much so.
Man.
I don't even know what kind of like weapons the Peacecraft has on them. Do I have any type
the
of?
Peacecraft has. Let's see what their inventory says. Equipment. I think they've got pretty much like a charge rifle type thing. So charge rifle, it's like a larger version of the charge pistol. Thanks. So
well, I want to as I'm clinging on, try and shoot at the window that I saw these people. Like, you know, we made eye contact or whatever. There's got to be some type of window, and I'm just gonna assume, since they're like gravitationally locked in with us and doing their weld or whatever, there's no like shield around them because they're physically touching us.
Yep, that is correct. Yeah, they are on you. Their shield has not been shared. There's actually a system in place for them to disrupt shields using a little EMP type system. So yes, in fact, they will be very vulnerable to an attack there. So go ahead and give me a difficulty of 2.
Rules. Get 2-4.
Let's get it. Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
so yeah, you shoot that window and it starts cracking.
Oh, Jiminy.
They
again.
quickly go to try and close the partition, but there's just not enough time. The window just begins to crack. Do you want to maybe try and punch it and hurry it up?
I want to shoot it again.
All right, take another shot. Complexity 3.
Boom, boom, boom,
Boom!
As the partition is about halfway closed, you fire another shot, and it just rips a hole right into the side of it, and they just get sucked out right past you. They start to glow red, and as they go past you about 50 to 100 feet, they explode out into the distance like you've seen them do. When they've been killed. The ship is now starting to rattle as the vacuum of space is kind of filling it up, and then it just stays kind of sits there without.
Yes, let's take it with us. Yes.
Oh yeah, we just have like an extra little shuttle.
Mm-hmm. What are those little
we could
thingies
sell
that
it for
connect
salvage at least.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
Or
definitely
we could
seriously,
repair it and infiltrate these fucks with it.
We could do that too.
All
Be a great
right,
idea.
so
Bring it on board.
Yeah,
you
bring it on board.
have the
Get the
option to
ratchet
do
straps.
that. However, as the
We are
guys
still
are
getting
flying out
chased.
through space, the two VIP shuttle and interceptor comes into view, and they see you, and they are about to open fire. What
Use
would
that
you
Just
all
kind
do?
of holding my fire till they approached. But
All right.
I'm
Let me
gonna
get
jump
firm
into
in
hyperspace
range.
as soon as the fucking peacekeepers in here.
Yeah, as soon as Peacecraft's back inside, just
We're
rip
punching it, yeah.
Are you? But you said you're going to do something with the interceptor.
If
So,
it survives, we want to get the fuck out of here. I
it.
already
Yeah,
took my
it's
drug.
definitely more important to get out of here than it is to save the.
Yeah, I'm going to
Interceptor.
tell you, if you jump into hyperspace or into FTL with the interceptor attached, it will probably not survive.
All right, fuck it then.
Yeah, fuck it, heard.
All right. Okay,
We don't need it.
so
We have a perfectly good inconsequential space egg to house us.
We don't need to
Get
hide
me
us.
and my damaged peacecraft back inside.
Yes, please.
Another barrel roll coming
You make
up.
me
I mean,
before you make me so nervous. Love your style, but I worry for you.
all right, so
that was easy.
as you check out the interceptor, you see that the systems are actually turned off from the damage that it took when the breach happened. The partition is kind of halfway closed on it. All the electrical systems look like they've been pretty well gutted, and so you'd have to do some salvage work. However, Peacecraft, before you leave there, I just wanted to offer you can reach in there and you can hit the release, since it's kind of like a physical
detach
release.
that motherfucker, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you reach in there, and you know where the system is at, and it's basically like two little charges that go off, separating the ship, and the interceptor goes floating out into the distance before you make your way in. And all right, Jesso, did you want to take a shot, Doc?
Adios, fucking Zatoze Peko.
What'd you ask me?
Did you want to take or not you? Doc was going to take a shot. Said he was.
Sure, I'll only fire if it's necessary. But
Everybody.
what complexity wins them at?
2. For
Boom. Okay. All right, and then can I bump it up?
Yep, 3 if you want to take the other shot.
All right, boom.
Boom, boom. All right, so the VIP shuttle just evaporates. As it
Was
goes
that
towards
Ulran on that?
I don't know.
Who knows?
As the shuttle comes close towards you, a huge explosion, much bigger than is capable of that you think a ship would be capable of. You get the idea that it was carrying some sort of explosive load.
Back in some heat.
And it was kind of a suicide run. So as that thing starts coming towards you, Doc, you open it up. The explosion that don't happen in space, but you see a lot of things happening. I don't know what the word would be. Combustion, maybe. I don't know. You see a lot of stuff happening, like a star exploding.
Yeah, like a quasar.
Forced disassembly.
Yeah, forced assembly. A lot bigger than it would normally be for a ship that size. So you get the very clear impression. The interceptor, though, however, does not. It is also now fucked up. You have blown a wing off of it. The engines are down, and it's just kind of floating now, getting ready to. Looks like just kind of float for a bit.
Yes.
Dude, I don't think I failed to check this whole entire night. I'm gonna lose forever, but
Fuck yeah, dude. Good for you,
just
though.
so
Enjoy
you
it while it
know,
lasts.
Trying to
I mean,
blast him?
yeah, I'll keep it going. I didn't know if that was so incapacitated, but let's just roll a 4 anyway.
Oh, God.
Shepherd Book over here.
There.
Jesus
There
Christ.
it is.
You fucking knew what you were doing.
I give it.
I like it, though. I like it. Push the
Also,
status quo.
Also, wait, does that like we overheat the boys?
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
Massive
You suffer a
distraction.
massive distraction. Okay, whatever. I will tell you this, though. As you do shoot on the ship, it is able to fire its engines back up and move around you. You see that it was a ruse. In fact, the systems weren't as down as you thought, and it takes off.
Oh, whack.
Well, fuck them.
So it
Flip them the
it
bird
does
as they
take
go. They yell a variety of colorful slurs and profanities at them.
and with that, Jessa, what were you gonna do?
Alidadna.
I was gonna put the fucking pedal to the metal, baby.
All right. Why don't you give me
Happy
a difficulty of
Fever.
3, please?
Is Peacekeeper in the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peacekeeper.
Made it back in?
Yeah.
Is anyone still on...
Bahu.
No one's still on engines, right? No, because that was prisoner that was. Okay.
Horst, you are so sweaty.
Yes, I am very
So
sweaty.
much piloting.
Difficulty of
spaghetti over
3.
here.
I shouldn't be as nervous as I am.
Oh, it's okay. You're doing fine, my friend.
Yes!
Ego loss is
Oh
normal.
yeah.
All right, so
Tommy.
all right, Jesso, let's put this
Hear
in
what the
action.
doctor
We're
said?
jumping into FTL.
Yeah, man, just think of that fucking scene when the Millennium Falcon's trying to get in the hyperspace, and then it's not working, shit's happening, it's shaking around, and I just fucking slam a fist down onto the control console, which doesn't really exist.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I'm immediately like, oh, wait, and I, rub the spot where I hit and give it a kiss, and then the stars turn from dots into lines, and we go flying.
All right, so I think it's like this. So as you're taking off, your radar starts binging like crazy, and you start picking up some more hostiles incoming. But with that, you slam the ship in, and it kind of starts rattling for a second, and then just kind of stops. It's almost like the engine.
Oh, yeah. It's just
silent.
like the lights flicker and turn down.
And then all of a sudden, it just opens up. You start traveling faster than you've ever traveled before.
I love it.
Horst, you start moving, and what you normally notice between lights is just this very kind of common occurrence, like a smear of lights almost. But this time, as you look over, it's like you notice there's thousands and thousands of figures just staring at you from inside the stars. You've never really noticed it before. And the voices start getting louder and louder in your head. And you try and hold on to consciousness, but you, in the middle of the jump, just drop unconscious. OraVona, you see Horst. This is the first time you've seen him stop during a jump. And he just drops unconscious.
Oh, no.
Great fucking twist, Ari. I love that.
Well, I hate this.
And wait, I think I think we'll leave it there.
I think it's a great
Oh,
spot.
wow.
Oh,
I think
what a
we'll leave it
cliffhanger.
there.
There's never any relief. Every session I'm like, we'll probably get back to a safe zone. And then
Yeah.
it's like,
I know.
Nope,
We never
more peril.
do.
Nope, more peril.
Well, see, here's
What's on the other side of this peril? Oh, peril.
Here's the beautiful thing. There was going to be a safe zone here as it was written in the original thing, but I've
But fuck
actually
you
picked
guys.
up a little bit on the lore. And
What if I made you just get chased by spaceships the whole time?
there will be peace soon, but there's one last obstacle that you
I
have to
never thought
overcome.
I would say this, but I can't wait to get back to Ozobni.
What were you saying you were reading, Ari?
No, this is technically uncharted territories. This was the end of the pre-gen module.
Oh, okay.
The space fight was the end, and this jump was just supposed to be just you get back home and that's it, or not even that. It just says you leave the fight. It doesn't even go any farther than that.
Oh, shit.
And Jesus.
Just stack them on there.
But yeah, there's now lore that I've written, so there's stuff that's happening.
Hell
And
yeah.
this is how it gets started. The opening to the and we can leave the game there, but we can kind of discuss our story paths at this point. This is kind of how the game kind of intends it to go, where you have kind of like a story path at the end of the session. Like, did you learn anything? Did you complete your story path? Did anything get checked off? Did anything in your story path? Jesso, I'm gonna kind of give this one to you.
Yeah, the cost of my indulgence.
Yeah, the cost of your indulgence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cost my
it's not-
desire to sleep.
I've been
with the
wondering.
fire.
I've been waiting for the first time to fucking use the gels so that I could just be absolutely useless afterwards.
Exactly. But the twist was you were actually useless during.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
You have to get better at doing drugs, my friend.
Is this stuff you have to get us better drugs.
Look, it wasn't my fault.
You give me bad drugs.
I will get you better drugs. You know that. You know I'm good for it.
I knew
That
we
was fucking
shouldn't have
awesome.
bought that shit on Marthong. No, not Marthong.
No,
There's
you got
another one that was like
Zobni.
Marthong. Oh, are these
You
Azobni
gotta
drugs?
get
Oh,
some Zobni.
I knew I shouldn't have taken drugs from Zobni.
It's rich, crass shit.
Right.
So everybody just look at your story paths real quick and see if you can complete that story path. So Horst, you kind of get a checkpoint, and for that, the cost of your indulgence and
You get a social
you get to
skill.
choose a reward. You get to increase the size of one of your mental skills. If you
I
go on
love how I'm like, it's like, you did drugs. Increase your mental abilities.
your mind is
Now you're like a good drunk driver. You're like, nah,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
got this.
It's not that I'm good, I'm just confident.
I'm just really used to it.
I'm just really, really used to
Like,
it.
I don't
can
need
beat
lights or turn
You
signals.
water, my friend.
Okay, so for prisoner, why don't we look at your story path and see if there's anything that you've accomplished?
Yeah,
Your
I
next
wait to
thing
hear.
is change your appearance, so maybe not yet. So,
Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah, you're still kind of in the thick of it. Orvona, I think you could probably. I think you've got something that you can. Your story path.
So, like, the nature of my story path, I feel like, narratively speaking, necessitates downtime. So, like, this isn't something that I could accomplish between sessions while we're ostensibly being chased. But I do, like, I have done this work. So the next step of my story path, the next event is called Blueprint, which is you complete this event after you create a plan for your work of art. This could be a simple sketch of a painting, a blueprint for a mechanical marvel, a list of ingredients for a recipe, or some other preparation. So my plan is to write this. Did any of you guys ever read the book The Corner? It's by the same dudes that wrote Wire.
No.
David Simon and Ed. I forget his last name. Anyway, it was like it's like the precursor. It definitely wasn't Ed McMahon, but it was like the precursor to The Wire, and was just like this hyper focused narrative about this like poor and also unfortunate Baltimore family, and how basically at every step the system has failed them. And so that's kind of the sort of idea that like Oravona's plan right now is like she wants to do individual articles that bring attention to the way that the sort of like the bigger powers in Olaxis are letting people fall through the cracks. So like this first article is definitely about the circumstances that allows a group like Daylight to not come about in the first place, but then more or less thrive. Like, who's ever heard of a cult taking over a decommissioned military station? You know what I mean? Like that's pretty fucking buck wild. So I think that's at least like a good starting point. And like I, as a player, I currently have. Let me check out my notes here. I have one page of. It's like a half a page of general interview questions. I have another half a page of specifically interview questions for people related to the cult, which I want to ask of Mac, Talon, and the stowaway Acolytes and Blue Robe. I have another just about 2 pages. Oh no, it's actually a little bit over 2 pages at this point of what will be the actual article. which I'm going to source quotes from the interviews for, and then each of these articles I'm envisioning as like the jumping off point for a chapter in a book further down the line.
Oh, hell yeah.
Excuse me. And then I also have about a half page of questions that I want to ask later on of Pre-Martalis and Lawala, whose last name I never got, from Arc. I very much would like to do a piece on Arc, because I feel like Arc represents a beacon of hope that OraVona had kind of closed herself off to previously, because like her husband and her kids died in the burn, and there was just straight up nothing she could do about it, and she has definitely embarked on this sort of swashbuckling life of crime as a way of specifically not dealing with that tragedy. And now that she's fallen in with this crew who actually seems like they're worth a damn, like that's making her think more in long term, and like making her crystallize this bigger plan for this work.
Does Horst know about your stuff?
I think I've got my second, is what I'm saying.
Nice.
Yeah, sounds like you've got blueprint.
Yeah, it sounds like you put in a lot more work than a lot of work.
That's fantastic.
A lot of work there.
Okay, what about Doc? We got anything for you, sir?
Well, yeah, so I picked we were like kind of tossing it up when we were doing character creation, and I picked Enlightenment, but I like it. I dig it. It just doesn't have like a lot of depth to it, like as far as like moving any kind of like external storyline. So, I mean, like the first one, it's like
internal too.
Yeah. So the first one, just like look at yourself, and like I mean, I would think that like even just like kind of just transitioning from my character from like what it is to like forming a crew, and like kind of accepting those new bonds. I would definitely say like kind of like picking out my own place within the crew and everything. Especially like I would think I would come out of this like feeling pretty confident. Because I think that was pretty successful on my end.
Well, may I make a little suggestion then?
Sure.
Doctor, maybe a question. As a doctor, how do you feel about the fact that you had a ship that you were disabled and was no longer a threat, and you still went and tried to destroy?
There's not a Hippocratic
oath. Yeah, the Hippocratic oath. That's it.
Oh,
I always said the Socratic oath.
Spacocratic oath.
Yeah.
That's
I
absolutely a Hippocratic oath right there. That's breaking it for sure.
Yeah, but see, like the doc thing, I think my credentials are a little loose.
Okay.
Doctor
of
didn't come up
Pain.
with that nickname. We did.
But yeah,
I just thought it was my ability to work the technology that is the medical stuff. I think that's like kind of like an offshoot of my like telepathic wealth of information. Like that's kind of how that worked out. I mean, I guess I'm willing to be like work with that, but like as it stood, that's where it was.
okay, that makes sense.
He is I mean, like why would he know how to work on any other kind of animal than himself, creature? Like he wouldn't be a good doc at all if that was like.
It's like
he was like, wait.
Zoidberg has the human anatomy upside down.
Why not
His
Zoidberg?
office.
Well, I'm okay with.
Zoidberg is the favorite.
I mean, he could be. He's really good, but it could almost be serendipitous that he's good at being a doctor.
Accidentally good.
He just always
pretty dope.
accidentally good at being a doctor. I mean, I don't know. However, I mean, I'm pretty flexible to this character, but I wouldn't definitely be like, I don't think he'd care about the Hippocratic Oath. Those guys definitely forfeited. They forfeited. Like they support the burn. I like lost literally billions of no. Yeah, I'm just like hard pass. They don't get like the moral, like they don't get that stick.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
I killed them. I'm okay with that.
And I'll do it again.
Yeah, but I mean, I would think more like because like the way they're kind of seen is like displaced and like almost like lost, and I think that this is even just kind of like being on someone else's path is giving me like more structure to move forward.
Okay, so do you think you've taken a look at yourself then?
Yeah, I would think that I've hit my first milestone.
Okay, so go ahead and check your milestone and do your thing.
I'm waiting for you to get on some H.H. Holmes shit. Secret chutes and gas chambers in the egg and selling skeletons and...
Don't encourage him to do that. I want to be best friends with Doc.
Yeah,
I
I don't want to
mean,
be scared of him.
what you don't know won't hurt you.
but dude, I can like look at this.
Tomorrow
No,
morning, like,
it
wait, how many
does.
cultists do we have on this boat?
There's at least 1,000 in one.
I wrote 6 on this piece of paper and put it on the wall for a reason.
Yeah,
Whatever. I just love the letter. I just love the number 6.
So you're a
I
reverse
implanted-
giraffe.
I implanted a bug in all the cultists' ears,
Short nose,
brainwashing
short
them.
I know, that's a good one too.
So now I'm the cult leader.
Look at me. I am the cult leader now.
Oh my god.
All your cultists belong to me.
Oh my god.
But no, I don't think he's a nefarious. I like Doc to be. I think he was. I don't play him well, but I like to think he's like brooding and depressed. But that's just hard for me to be like.
All
right.
I got the sadness vibe off him.
Yeah, I mean he's.
Like I feel like I told at least Tommy this. Shan reminds me of Shepherd Book from Firefly. Like he's unquestionably a badass, but he's like also like quietly a righteous dude.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah, like because I don't think I have any.
But it would be quite a fucking twist if he was just a total monster.
Always a possibility. I mean, I could totally. That'd be so fun.
That would be. I mean, yeah, that would absolutely be great
There's-
fun for you to roleplay. That would be so. That would be so traumatic for me.
Yeah.
I'd be like so sad.
I've
Yeah, it
been,
would
I've been
be.
listening to a lot of true crime podcasts and just finished
Or
Depraved,
would
so
never
like
trust again.
if you start cutting people up and wearing their skins and beating a drum at night and have a belt of nipples and
I mean,
Oh,
or
man.
you do like,
What
or
if-
you do like Men in Black, where you start wearing people's skin suits.
Right. I was gonna say, what if imagine Shan in a skin suit, like he goes as a disguise and it's just he's wearing someone with skin like a bag.
oh
Yeah.
my god, yes.
Dude, that's what I
But
was
like the person looks away for a second and they're like eye droops down and the bugs crawl out and fix it real quick and then crawl back in.
Well, that's kind of where I was going when he was like wearing the suit originally, like the
Right.
floppy old
Oh
like
my God.
weekend at Bernie's.
Great
It's like
too.
it's decaying.
Right, it's like it's an old suit. It's clearly
putrefying.
not like really
It's
like vacuum
ready.
safe,
Oh.
and it's also clearly not like full the whole way.
I wanted to think it's like has like it's like
Oh
a
my
USS
God, I love it.
astronaut.
Like the helmet, like instead of it being the neck piece below the helmet is just over the neck piece.
like a fishbowl.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, yeah. This is such a fun game and such a cool, weird universe and such a cool, weird bunch of characters. This is
I'm
this is
really
all so
not-
good.
It took me a little bit, and there's still some but I'm happy with the character. Like
Same.
it took me a while to like iron out like the kinks to it, but I'm like, oh, word, I love the character now.
Now that you like know what you're going for.
Yeah, and really like
So-
it's so cooperative. Like even just interacting, like you're like, just I don't know. I like the cooperative storytelling. It's like. Something you didn't think about. You're like, oh, boom!
Collaborative.
Like, I want that in my character now. Like, boom.
Right.
Right. There you go. Great idea. And then you're just like, yep, yes, I will do that. Thank you, teacher.
Yeah. Oh, very cool.
Paul, one more character.
One more character.
right? I mean, you're the only one that hasn't gone over your things yet, right?
Oh well,
Yeah,
no.
you
So
can go over it.
I mean, my story is on the run. So I don't have like my path. Like my next thing is to change my appearance. I've got basically my first one is an inciting event.
So people don't like recognize you again.
Yeah, yeah,
It's kinda
and I
dope.
mean, yeah, like I could say that was part of me becoming a cultist because I did, change my appearance to look like the cultist. It wasn't the joining the cult that really, in my mind, made me flee, the previous situation. But I don't know. I mean, I hadn't thought it through that way yet. I was thinking it was going to be more of like once I'm on your ship to no longer look like the cultist as whatever happens, like, and morph into whatever the new prisoner looks like.
Can you
Well, we can
maintain your like your raw form? Like, do you have?
There is no real like raw form. Like it's like
You're like ethereal.
no, it's like liquid plastic almost more, but it's not like the raw form is
He's
like
just globular.
yeah.
So like evil T1000.
He's like a
Yeah,
he's like a pixel blob.
Well, he's like whatchamacallit, Odo
That's how I
from
imagine.
DS9.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Like Odo, like they
Analogy.
come from like this blob that's kind of like, and once they
Right. He's just like a pink pixel blob.
Right.
Sweet. So so you
Awesome
made some
session,
kind of
y'all.
progress towards that. Towards
yeah.
it. Maybe it's not necessarily a milestone, but you can talk about kind of how the things change. Yeah, just because if you don't necessarily hit a milestone, we can talk about how it's getting there. And so I think that's it. I think maybe Paul Walsh get the last words.
I got the internet going nuts, but T Ferris got my back. So now I'm holding my nuts. It's Paul Wall, baby. What you know about me? I'm on that 5-9 South Lake, baby. Holler at me.
Oh my
Great, y'all.
god! What an ending!
What a way to end
So
it.
good.
All right, y'all. Thanks so much for joining us, all you one viewers.
Oh, we got up to 9 viewers.
Did we really?
We got
But
up
how
to
many
9
were
viewers,
spammers?
not including us.
Right,
Well,
I
no.
don't know how many of them weren't us. Thanks
No.
so much, Ari, as always, for running the game, bud. You're rip at this shit, dude.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. You guys give me
Yeah,
a
you're
lot to work
absolutely
with.
killing
Oh yeah.
Very
It's fun
appreciative.
because there's a lot of shit that I was just not expecting to be going down that went down, which I really like about this game also because it's fun for me. Like there's
Oh, yeah.
rules, there's like rules for the DM, like when you're, that kind of make it fun for me. Like when you guys fail, at a combat roll, I get collapse points to do stuff with, and
That's cool.
so there's like little things that I can use to keep it even and to kind of keep playing on my own and still giving me kind of rules. So it's like, okay, well, I don't have to, figure everything out myself, or when do I get bonuses, or so I
Sure,
kind of
sure.
have a couple of things to do myself. But no, the clinging ship was super awesome, and I
Great set
just
piece.
I mean, I didn't even think about all the rules of it, and then just until I was like, this is really fucking cool. So that's
Mhm.
now canon. They're the boarding interceptors, which didn't exist before this session, but yeah,
That's how you
I did.
homebrew, baby.
That's how you homebrew, baby.
Pew pew
Uh,
pew. I'm gonna choose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know you got rewards for doing paths. But you changed. I thought you
that's like-
changed the difficulty die.
That's
You do. That's the reward.
that's
That's
what
the reward.
is.
Oh, is that because it says like select one special ability from your species?
Well, that's what you get then. Your story
Yeah,
path will be different.
it might depend. Yeah, it probably depends
Yeah.
on the story path
The
itself.
the first story path, I believe, is that, and then the second story path you get. I think it's all the same. You get different
Right.
rewards on different tiers, but it might be different rewards, different paths. Also, I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's
mine
see.
have
Let's
only
see.
been dice increases.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
haven't gotten any extra abilities from any of my
Okay.
level ups. No,
Uh,
only dice ups.
I mean, that's cool though. I mean, that's gonna definitely plays.
Yeah.
But then at one point, you don't want to like. I only have one D8 thing. Like, you don't want to like bring too many things up.
Well, that's like kind of the unique thing about this system is that there's not really a way to min-max it. Like you have to have
an array
if you want to get Nova points.
Like it's interesting. When I complete a story event, I get to choose a new special ability.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like that because like I only have one D8 thing, so it's like I'm hidden.
It forces you to figure out how to use it.
It's deceive, so it's like a little tricky.
Well, they say creativity flourishes with restraint, right? Or with like constrictions. Like
are
you
you
have
a
to work with
skin bag man filled with bugs?
No, that would make you think that.
Oh, I've just come down with a cold.
You want me to put my
head
hand
directly into my
behind my head like this?
You want to see a magic trick?
Oh my
Make this pencil disappear?
I can't wait till somebody tries to handcuff you.
Sugar water.
Wearing an Edgar suit.
It looks like your skin's hanging off your bones.
Are you hitting on me?
He asked me for some sugar water and he took off.
Well,
that was actually swamp gas reflecting off of peanuts.
All right, boys. Let's call it. Fuck. Let's end with a fuck Clarky.
Yep. Fuck you,
Fuck Clarky.
Fuck you, Clarky.
And yeah. God
luck.
See you. We're planning on next week. I got to check with the missus to make sure it's not too close to wedding time. But planning next week.
Oh, you guys, when's the date?
The Halloween.
Halloween.
I'm gonna remember I'm gonna remember the first part of Halloween.
Just get the candy apples and razor blades.
Mm-hmm.
And
get straight to the consummating.
Put the little dead soon graves.
That's right.
Yeah, I guess we just posted. I don't have shit to do on Thursday.
I think I'll be able to swing 3 hours at night. It should be fine.
Good.
Yeah.
7 to 10.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
And if it changes anything, it's probably going to be a pretty chill session. So even if it doesn't end up being 3 hours, like 2 hours will probably be fine as well if you need to swing a shorter time for next week.
Cool. Sounds groovy. All right, boys. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work.
Peace, y'all.
Fantastic.
Yeah, dudes.
Love y'all. Thanks for joining, chat.
Thanks again, Ari.
Peace, everybody.
Peace up. Much love.
Night.